Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is for you. Happy Sunday or Monday if you are in Australia. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Mine has been chaotic. My little is having a sleepover last night. Well, she's had her friend here since yesterday, like early. And I'm still here, so it's been very chaotic at my household. I feel like every 5 seconds I haven't had a chance to sit down. It's entertaining the kids, and they are girls, and so you can imagine how that goes, where they're getting along perfectly fine for 3 hours and then arguing about what's an even number and what's an odd number. So, I mean, to be fair, they've been friends so long that they're literally like sisters, but that has been my weekend, and now they're on school vacation, so that'll be fun. I mean, I know some schools in the state actually cancel their April vacation because of snow and snow days and stuff, but our district didn't, along with a bunch of other districts, so they are actually on school vacation. Girl, listen, I have 3 daughters, all right? Three all different ages, 21, 16, and 8, and they're at all different stages in life, so it's a doozy, I'll tell you that one. You guys know how girls are. We're very loud and needy and whiny and diva-y, right? I mean, my middle isn't diva-y. I think it's just my oldest and my youngest. I think my oldest is very diva-ish because I tend to spoil her because of her medical. My whole mindset is I don't know how many years I have her on this earth, and so therefore she doesn't ask for things. So therefore, when she does ask for something, I tend to just get it, no matter what the cost or how to get it, because of her disease being terminal and rare. I don't know if I have 5 more years, 10 more years, 1 more year, 20 more years. Less than 200 people on planet Earth have her disease. So I just tend to get it because she doesn't ask for a lot. And she's also limited. She's blind and she's got mobility issues. And she wasn't always blind. She went blind from her disease with the inflammation behind her eye, one at a time. And so that was hard, Some boys are divas, but my girls are full divas, the youngest and oldest. My middle is very tech-like. She likes tech. She's kind of a nerd like me. She likes information and tech, and she likes art. So she's like my calm one, my woosah one, although she's very angsty as a teen. She's an angsty teen. You know what I mean? Angsty teen. Although I will say that Space Coast's bat for the husband, it arrived yesterday. Here it is in its wrapper. Came out of its box. It is a very nice looking bat, I'll tell you that much. And if I played softball, which I don't, but if I did, it already comes with a grip on it. And I really like this grip. I really like it. It's a nice bat. Still in the wrapper, and it actually comes with a 1-year warranty, which I was like, I love that. It was like a whole thing. They written a 1-year warranty on the side. So where my husband is working today, I have been tasked with thanking Space Coast again, because as you guys know, my husband doesn't ask for anything, and the only thing he really does is play softball and take care of his family. So this was a really nice gift for him, and he is so excited to have it because, as you guys may know, if something comes, it's usually for me. Once in a while, clothes for my little, but nothing comes for him because he doesn't ask for anything. He doesn't really need anything. He's a snackinator, which is why I put snacks on my wish list, because he's a snackinator. He loves snacks. I'm not a big snacker, but him and my kids are snackers. But he really doesn't do much other than his tournaments, his travel softball. And so the only really things he needed, he got a glove last year after having the same one for like 10 years, was a bat for this season and a pair of turfs. And that's about it. And yeah, Benny's met my husband. He's very just like woosah, he's the yin to my, I am the loud, obnoxious one, and he is the woosah, chill one that just does what men do, right? Takes care of his family, and he's there, and he does it mostly without complaining. So we appreciate him, and so he really wanted me to just say again, thank you to Space Coast for it, because he is very, very appreciative and very grateful. He doesn't always get a gift, so it was nice for him to have something for softball that's brand new that he can show off and use at softball. Yeah, he's a snacker. I'm not a snacker. I'm not a big snacker. I like a snack once in a while, but I like very specific snacks, right? Like I like Chex Mix. I like myself some Chex Mix once in a while if I'm going to snack a little. I like Doritos in the house just because I make like a taco salad with the leftover taco meat. And me and the kids will like crush up the Doritos and put it in there with the taco salad, and it's freaking delicious. You know, what I find so funny about this, Benny, is anybody who's met him says the same thing. I don't know anybody who doesn't like my husband, right? I don't think I've ever met someone who was like, I don't like that guy, he's a bad guy. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's ever said that, because that just simply wouldn't be true, right? But I had a troll. I had a troll on X that called my daughter a retard. Yep. They said that my daughter is retarded because of me, which is funny because, again, anybody who knows me knows my child was born with her disease. It's a very rare, like you can't cause it, right? Also, I had my daughter 3 days after my 18th birthday. I didn't even smoke cigarettes back then. Nothing I would have done. I wasn't doing push-ups in my pregnancy. I wasn't smoking cigarettes. I wasn't drinking. I didn't even smoke cigarettes back then. And so for them to say something so wild tells me, A, they have a general hatred of me, which leads me to believe it's Aiden, of course, or one of his very close minions. B, my daughter has no mental disabilities. None. Zero. She's quick as a whip upstairs. All of her disabilities are physical, caused by her disease that she was born with. So they said something like that, and then they said something like, you know, your husband's a deadbeat or something like that. And I had, like, even as vile as it was, I had to fucking laugh. I had to laugh at the comment, because anybody who's ever met my husband would have to laugh at that. My husband is a working man. That's all he's ever done, is work over 40 hours a week for his family. He's a family man, right? He's never been in trouble a day in his fucking life. He's a citizen. He's what I call a citizen. Never been in trouble a day in his fucking life, and does what a man needs to do, right? Like that's the bottom line. Like, so I think they called him like a deadbeat or a loser or something like that. And I'm like, that is literally the farthest thing from what my husband is. And anybody who knows my husband likes my husband because he's a good guy and he would help anyone. And so that obviously led me to believe it's somebody who clearly doesn't know me, right? That they just have to make shit up to make themselves feel good. But for you to call a child who has a terminal illness retarded, there's something fucking seriously wrong inside your brain. I just want to say that. There's something seriously wrong inside your fucking brain. And you might want to hope that my daughter doesn't see it, because if she then takes it upon herself to find out who the fuck you are when she shames you, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. My guess would be on Aiden, because the account itself sort of like makes like, I'd say, critical comments to Aiden on that account, but Aiden often does that in accounts that he doesn't want people to know that it's him. And so he'll criticize himself a little bit. And so he can be like, oh, that definitely isn't me, because they're saying something about me. They're making fun of me, right? Like, so that account can't be me. He's done that quite a few times in the last, 10 years. And so that's not something new that he hasn't done to try to throw people off the trail that it's him. I don't know anyone else who, quote, would be that vile or have that much hatred towards me other than Aiden and his minions, really, because I don't hurt people, I help people. So there is no one that hates me enough to say something so fucking absurd and ridiculous. Yeah, I didn't know they were impersonating anyone. I mean, they didn't obviously give a name. I didn't know there was even another account, that was said to be that account or whatever. I don't really care one way or another. To me, it doesn't matter who the fuck it is. It's clearly somebody connected to him in one way, shape, or form. But how in the actual, how gross? Like, how gross? I mean, isn't that funny to you? Like, I would love for that person, Aiden, to say that to my husband's face. That'd be fucking amazing to watch. I would pay money to watch that. It's amazing to me. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. Well, I retweeted it, actually, Jesse. I retweeted it, and then Donna retweeted it, but I retweeted it just to remind people this is the type of people. This is the type of people that Aiden surrounds himself with, and he can pretend from that account that it's not him or one of his minions by like criticizing himself, but that doesn't throw anybody off at this point. That's something he's tried over and over and over. It's gross, right? And you can only pray to be as good of a person as my daughter or my husband are. You know, we might not be rich. We might be the working poor, but again, I would rather be poor every fucking day of the week than be a deplorable, disgusting human being like that. I would rather. This is the type of abuse that I put up with, okay, so that I don't easily, the whole point of posts like that is to get me to shut up. That's the whole point. The whole point is to spread lies and rumors about people they don't like, to get us to go away and shut up. Well, I have another thing coming for you, because I'm not going to magically go away. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to stop exposing what a deplorable human being Aiden is or helping his victims. That's never going to happen with a capital N. Never. Never, ever, ever. You can say whatever the fuck you want about me. Anybody who knows me knows that that's ridiculous. And all you're doing at that point is making me get fucking louder. Clearly, you don't know me. That is very clear, not only from your comments, but it's clear that you don't seem to understand that doing shit like that just makes me feel stronger about my stance that he's a deplorable fucking human being and that someone is going to hurt themselves or get hurt because of these people. All you do is motivate me to keep fucking going. That is it. That's all you do. That is the only fucking thing that you do. I know that I saw that you picked up on that, Jesse, that someone else actually picked up. It was Donna. Donna picked up that he criticized himself on that account to try to play like it wasn't him. Like, we're not fucking dumb. This is something he's been doing for a long time. Well, that's the thing, right? I feel like some of these people are going to continue supporting him, and that's gross, right? Yeah, you know me, though. You know me in person. You know me. You know me probably better than 99% of these people, right? And this is what I try to tell people, like, what you see from me here is what you get in real life. There isn't like, I'm not like Aiden. I don't shut the camera off and I don't play pretend when I turn the camera on, right? Like I don't play pretend and when I shut the camera off, I got my hand on my head and I'm so, you know what I mean? Like I'm me. This is me. This is how you get me in everyday life with a few more swears, I guess. A few more swears, but this is me, right? Like I don't need to put on an act like him. I don't need to pretend, right? I'm human, right? Just like everyone else. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and nobody's perfect, right? I don't think anyone's perfect. There's no such thing. But I'm a decent human, unlike him. And I think maybe that's part of why he hates me so much, is because he will never be surrounded with decent people. He will never be a decent human. He doesn't know how to do anything but think for himself. And that's half of his problem. And narcissists don't know how to care. They don't have that, and I say it like it's a chip in their brain. They don't have that chip in their brain to give a fuck about anyone else. You know, I would love the judge to do that judge to do all the cases, but I don't think that judge has a good grasp on he has a grasp on the fact that Aiden's a douche nozzle, but I don't think he has a grasp on the fact of what the fuck, how bad this is, how deep it gets. And the judge that they picked for him in Plymouth County, the judge that's now overseeing Aiden's criminal cases, they could not have picked a better fucking judge if they tried. I want that judge to be on his case because that judge is a fair but no fuck around kind of judge. He's not going to let Bradel play his Bradel games, and I don't think Bradel, he cannot play his games. I don't think he's going to like that. I don't think so. Also, to point out for those of you who don't have X, Mr. Bradel decided, people tag him in shit all the time. They tag him and stuff all the time and say like, hey, you want to talk for your client all the time since you make so many comments on X. So what happened was someone actually made a comment, tagged him, and was like, basically like, hey, your client is a fucking, piece of shit. Like you want to do something about your goddamn stupid fucking client. And he actually, this person above him said, Bradel's not Alan Jackson. And Bradel commented under that and said, you're not Meredith O'Neill. Taking shots at your client's ex-girlfriend who you just lied about in a court is not professional in the least bit. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, I mean, I know that you had no self-respect before, Bradel, but I mean, come on. And that's the problem. Jess is right, Freeze. They encourage it. You know? They encourage it. That's half the problem, is they clap along like fucking seals, you know? The problem is when you are sending endless turtle chats, donations, and then like in those, they're like, yeah, Aiden, good job, First Amendment, blah, blah, blah. Like that's encouraging his egotistical mind to blow up like a balloon, right? He thinks that that means he's amazing and awesome and he's the best person on planet Earth. Like that's what that does. They're just encouraging him. But I hope that they know when the dust settles and all of the evidence comes out and it shows that he's a liar and he's been lying to people for as long as he's been fucking speaking, and that he's been making fun of them behind closed doors, that he cares little about any of them except for their money and what they can do for him. I really hope that they gain some self-respect afterwards and they make it out of the cult. That's what I hope for them, because a lot of people have made it out, you know? I don't know what they meant. I mean, I'm just, maybe they meant like he's not good at theatrics. I don't know. But I know what Bradel meant. You know what I mean? Like he was taking a dig at Meredith. That's what he was doing. I mean, how unprofessional. You're supposed to be an attorney. You know? Like you're supposed to be a fucking attorney. Here you are acting a fool. Like grow the fuck up. You and Bettero are definitely, you have the least self-respect out of any of the attorneys I've ever seen. Crazy. I think there's a clip though that we all need to listen to from Aiden himself. That's a clip. Hold on a second. Hold on. Where is it? All right. So, ooh, brunch and bowling sounds fun. Oh my God, I forgot you guys' birthdays were so close together. Holy shit. Tell him I said, happy birthday, sir. Okay. You need to have an amazing time for me because I said so and I'm your friend. So now you have to do it because I said so. Because I said so. Have an amazing time, girl. Well, that's, you know, a lot. See, that's the problem is judges aren't allowed to follow up. That's part of the issue, you know, is they're not allowed to look into cases they have. So they can't go home and start Googling shit. They're not allowed. You're welcome, my friend. Oh my God, you got old as fuck wrapping paper. Shut the hell up. I love it. And today's your birthday? Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday to Barely. Happy birthday to you, girl. I'm not a good singer, but I'll try for you guys to try. Oh, thank you, Valley's girl. I appreciate you. Let me get this clip up real quick. While I'm doing that, I know I'm really bad at like doing this part, and I'm trying to get better at it because I need to be better at it. Bottom line, I need to be. But if you would like to support the channel, there's a bunch of different ways. Hitting the like button is a good way to do that. Hitting the like button. Hitting the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Hyping the videos when they're not live anymore. Sharing them is a good way. The most direct routes are great ways, which are our Cash App, our Venmo, our PayPal. We do have an Amazon wish list, of course. We have Chime. We have Revolut for those of you who are out of country. Oh, thank you, LTG. Happy birthday to all the birthday people. But if you would like to support the channel, we have a bunch of different ways to do so, and we more than appreciate it because for you guys, for me, the only way that my independent channel as it is does anything is with the support from all of you. So I appreciate y'all. Also, I need to say thank you to Patty, who after the stream the other day sent $50, and that was really nice of her. I used that immediately for groceries, so I appreciate that. It was a huge help. Most of the money that comes through this goes right back out, and so to basic everyday stuff. I do put a lot of money too into like records requests when you have to pay per page sometimes. Sometimes you can get away with not, and they won't charge you, and other times they want you to pay per page. It's ridiculous. But I appreciate all y'all. And so we have our own chats, and I pinned it at the top, and today it says support the cause because since Aiden wants to use the word cause, I figured we would use the word cause because we do have a cause, right? Our cause is to show the world who he is. Our cause is to hopefully stop more victims from happening and from showing people what they're buying into, right? That is our cause. Our cause is to try to make sure he doesn't have any other victims. And if it does happen, to try to help those victims in whatever way that we can, because it is not acceptable at this point. I also put part of the blame on the Norfolk District Attorney's Office because they could have charged him with a multitude of crimes already that they didn't, right? And so I think that they hold some blame for every victim he's made since a year and a half ago, maybe even 2. That they could have charged him and chose not to. If it was any other county, they would have charged his ass every single time. So, Adam Kearney, I love it. The best is probably email. My email is in the description. It's twistedtragedies3@gmail. But that's probably the best. Or on Twitter or Facebook. Twitter is hard because I don't get a notification to my phone for some reason. So I only ever check them like once or twice a day. And so I might miss it right away. But the faster ones would probably be email, or Facebook is probably the fastest. But those are definitely or Twitter. I mean, I'm on Twitter right now, obviously. But if you're getting me like while I'm live, probably Twitter. If it's not while I'm live, the fastest way is probably either email or Facebook, I would say. Or contacting Jessie and having her text me, or somebody like Benny and having them text me because I'm not seeing your message is also an option. Or finding Leah, have Leah text me, or Amy, or Amy. Any of those people can contact me directly. Deirdre can contact me direct. Any of those people can text me or call me directly if you really need to get a message to me and I'm not seeing it right away. Those are all quick ways. Okay. No, but I mean, this is not legal defense at this point. He's buried himself. So what point do these people need to pay for what he has gotten himself into, you know? Well, that's my point. That's exactly my point, Freeze, which is at what point do you stop depending on everyone else to pay for legal matters you brought on yourself? On yourself, you know? On your fucking self. He brought it on himself. Aiden brought it on himself. I don't get it. Like, why? Lots of fools give him money, though. That's, you know what I mean? His civil defense, he's probably going to have to sell the house. So, like, Adam Kearney, I love that. For Adam Kearney, everyone! Oh, I didn't get to listen to Spaces. Listen, these kids had me so busy. I was going to hop on Spaces at 3. And I didn't have a chance. I was doing housework too, though. I was doing dishes and dinner. We had breakfast for dinner, so we were doing stuff with the kids, and so I didn't really have a chance to even listen to Spaces or anything. But I have to go back. Is it recorded, Amy? I have to go back and listen to it later on. But all right, let's get this clip up here. Let's get this clip up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this. I just had it up. Oh, Elise, wake the fuck up today. I am so tired. You guys have no idea. Aiden's Give Send Go. So Bullseye Dog said Aiden's Give Send Go earned less than $1,000 in the last 24 hours. I guess the pivot to Amazon wishing makes sense. You know what? Like, even $1,000, like, that's a lot of money for me. Yeah, it was Nina's at 3. I wanted to pop up, but I told Nina, I was like, I would love to, but the kids, it's chaos at my house right now. I wanted to, I tried to. I just didn't make it there. I did not freaking make it there. Barely, that's probably a good way to get in touch with me. Either Jessie or Leah or Amy, they can all call, or Benny, they can all call me directly or text me directly and tell me, like, you sent me a message or something. But I'm saying, like, even $1,000, like, that's a lot of money. $1,000, like, that's. Oh, you did? She's always a good sport, I feel like, when it comes to that. Who else did the impersonation of her? James Jackson did, and she was a good sport about it. But $1,000, even $1,000, to me, that's a lot of money. To Aiden, that's like nothing, right? Like, oh, only $1,000. You guys could do better than that in my defense fund. Like, if I make $200 in a stream, like, that's a good day, right? Like, and anything I get like on YouTube, I don't get until the next month. Like, so I don't see anything that comes from like super chats until next month, at the end of next month. So, I mean, it's a good day if I'm getting direct donations that add up to, you know, $100 or $200. Look, I'm a small channel, you know? Well, yeah, that's definitely part of the topic at hand, you know? That's, I know. I feel like yesterday was a busy day for a lot of us. 1K in 24 hours is 365K. I mean, if that was every day, yeah, you know. I mean, listen, $1,000 is a lot. Like, that'd be a lot for me. I would be grateful, but we're talking about Aiden here. We're not talking about somebody who's fucking grateful for anything. He expects it, and that's the difference, right, between us normal humans and those who aren't. You can hope, right? You can hope, but also why again should anyone pay for his fucking legal problems that he got himself into? Well, that's the thing. The homestead doesn't always protect your shit. And it looks like what they're going after in one of the lawsuits, the one with the Alberts and McCabes and Higgins, is that he basically is unjust enrichment. So deceptive business practice, which would mean any money he made was illegally made. And so there are loopholes when it's like that, that doesn't protect you. Okay. And so it looks like these lawyers are smart enough to know what those legal loopholes are to make sure that he either has to sell that house or a lien is put on it at some point. There are ways the government has, and there are ways that the court has to make you pay out if you lose a suit like that, you know? Well, his mouth always writes checks that his ass can't cash. We all know that, you know? Are you? Oh boy. You know, I always think about doing subscribers only, but it's hard for me. My channel's not big enough to do like a subscribers only show. It's just not. If it was, then I probably would, but it's just not big enough to be doing that. I can send it to both of you, or in between both of you if I need to. You just tell me and I'll do it. All right, so there's a clip that Kate put out. This is a part of the clips that she was sent. But it looks like Aiden had altered them, right? Clipped them in some spaces, in some places. And so this one she said she thought was clear enough to post. And so let's hear it, shall we?
You're taking to Twitter?
This is part of the conversation he had with Karen. But again, they're in clips, all right? And so he clips out pieces of it. And I'm guessing, once again, to use as blackmail in the way that he wants to do it, you know? Okay, yeah, I'll send it to you after the show. Benny, you're going to have to remind me. Just text me after the show and say, Elise, send it to Leah, because I will forget. Or Jesse can remind me, because I will forget. All right, let's listen to the clip.
Now you're taking to Twitter? Like, you really think I need Adam Deitch is still a sitting U.S. attorney. Do you think I really need you tweeting about my private conversations with Deitch and the lawyers' comment? You know that's not doing me any fucking favors. I really don't need federal attorneys knowing that I've leaked stuff to you, and now you're showing it off.
Leaked what to you? You said the investigation's over. It was. Do you understand? Like, I've reported what you told me.
Why didn't you report it sooner?
I did report it sooner, Karen. Maybe you missed it. I reported it months ago. And so what Alan said yesterday directly contradicted what I reported. As a person who's...
Listen to what Alan said yesterday. Alan said yesterday, we have not heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office. And I never told you the U.S. Attorneys told us it was closed.
You told me, I know what you told me on the phone. You told me that you guys had spoken with Adam Deitch and that he had told you, confirmed, that the investigation was over. That's what you told me.
Wow. Now that's a problem for me. Okay. Oh, there definitely has to be more leaks of this stuff, you know. Yeah, I sent it to her, so she probably has it. But so here's the thing, right? I have a very large problem. This recording is from the conversation that Aiden wiretapped Karen with, so she didn't know she was being recorded, clearly. And so this was sent to Kate, I believe, and she was sent multiple clips. And so that was Karen and Aiden talking on the phone. And this was part of that conversation that I told you guys a while back. Like, the entirety of the conversation doesn't look good for either of them. But Aiden clipped pieces out here and there. This one was full enough, right? But like, he stops it at some point and it comes into clips. Like, this was the full portion of this, right? But there is seriously something wrong with Adam Deitch having personal communications with a defense team. That is a very large corruption problem. You want to talk about, the most recent one. That's the other thing. The admission of leaking things to him is not a good look for anything. Definitely not the lawsuit. But Adam Deitch himself, running for DA, run out of the U.S. Attorney's Office. Like, think about this for 1 second. Think about it. Don't think about it in the aspect of you believe Karen's innocent or guilty, all right? Don't look at it that way. Look at it from this perspective. Your family is going into court for a loved one who died. And the U.S. Attorney's Office, the feds, are having private communications with the defendant in that case. Okay? That is wholly inappropriate in any case. I don't give a fuck what case it is. I don't care who you think is innocent or who you think is guilty. That is wholly inappropriate. Completely inappropriate. It's not AI. It is 100% real. I'll play it again. Okay? It's not AI. What do you mean? She said, I leaked things to you. I'll play it again. She said, it doesn't look good that I leaked things to you. I'll play it again.
Now you're taking to Twitter. Like, you really think I need Adam Deitch is still a sitting U.S. attorney. Do you think I really need you tweeting about my private conversations with Deitch and the lawyers' comment? You know that's not doing me any fucking favors. I really don't need federal attorneys knowing that I've leaked stuff to you, and now you're showing it off.
Leaked what to you? You said the investigation's over. It was. Do you understand? Like, I've reported what you told me.
Why didn't you report it sooner?
I did report it sooner, Karen. Maybe you missed it. I reported it months ago. And so what Alan said yesterday directly contradicted what I reported. As a person who's...
Listen to what Alan said yesterday. Alan said yesterday, we have not heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office. And I never told you the U.S. Attorneys told us it was closed.
You told me, I know what you told me on the phone. You told me that you guys had spoken with Adam Deitch.
And also, let me point out, this is a private conversation he has with Karen, but he also lies to his audience and tells his audience that the federal investigation isn't closed. Karen admits basically that Alan says it's not closed, and they know it's closed, right? They just didn't want that being like a topic during the last trial. But that's misleading the public on purpose, okay? That's a problem. I had been telling people for a long time it was closed because it was closed. I already had confirmation it was closed. Then you have idiots like Aiden telling everyone, no, it's still open, it's still open. When Aiden and Karen knew the entire time it was closed. It had been closed for a long time. That is a problem, guys. Why lie? Okay? Why fucking lie? I don't get it. Why lie? The biggest problem in all of this, in my opinion, right now, is the U.S. Attorney's Office and Adam Deitch. No wonder why he was run out of the U.S. Attorney's Office. That is an inappropriate relationship, right? Well, yeah, he's not a reporter, so, but still, the feds have a problem. Like, this is a problem for them. And I don't see how they keep trying to sweep this under the rug without making a comment on it, because this is wholly inappropriate. The federal government should never, ever, ever be involved in any way like that, especially if you have personal ties to these people. That is a serious ethical issue. And I don't give a shit if the roles were reversed. It's an ethical issue. You cannot have the U.S. Attorney's Office doing things like that. That's a big fucking issue, dude. A big issue. All that investigation that ended in nothing because they were doing a favor. That's what they were doing, a favor. It's about not about what you know, it's about who you know. So, if you happen to know somebody in the U.S. Attorney's Office, maybe they'll open an investigation and spend taxpayer money and waste it because you asked them to open it. I mean, imagine being a working poor person like myself or any of you working paycheck to paycheck, and then you have someone with more means and more connections that you can't get the justice that you deserve because you've been sitting in jail for 20 years for a crime that you didn't commit, right? And you've been begging the U.S. Attorney's Office to help you and look at evidence, and nobody will help you. The government won't help you. Nobody will help you. But then Karen Reed comes along and knows Aunt Peruti. And they'll just, look into stuff for her with no rhyme or reason to it, ending in absolutely nothing and no arrests and no action at all, and wasting a ton of money because she knew someone. I mean, you have to have a problem with that, whether you think Karen was innocent or not. You have to have an issue. That is not okay. Not okay. Yeah, she thought it was private. And anybody should know that any conversation with Aiden is never private. Yeah, I know. I know, girl. I know. Yeah, he doesn't really. He kind of gets cut off in a way from Karen. I'll play it one more time for you guys, but he kind of gets cut off in a way by him saying like, well, what did I like? He does the same thing with everyone, and it's to answer you with asking another question. Like that's what he does. He asks another question to like save himself, Yeah, but this clip hasn't, like, this is the full part of this, right? Like, that's why this one was released, is because this is in, like, the full part of this clip. There's nothing clipped in or out of this portion of it. This 1 minute and 3 seconds is the full 1 minute and 3 seconds of what was said here. So it's all just not good. He's calm because he knows he's recording her. She doesn't know that he's recording her. So she assumes that this is a private conversation, of course, that unfortunately nothing is ever private if you're talking to a sewer turtle. He doesn't know when to quit. I don't think he ever will know how to quit, Everything Aiden does, he does for his own benefit, Yeah. I mean, this is what he does, okay? Well, that's exactly what happens, though. He also stirs people. He definitely does that. He does that 100% of the time, where he gasses someone up or pokes someone so much until they react. And then he goes, oh, they're crazy. Look at how crazy they are. That's called reactive abuse. You guys can look that up. It's called reactive abuse. It's when you fuck with someone enough that eventually they react. And then that person goes, oh, that person's crazy. Like, no. No. Like, no. That's like, that should never be allowed, but that's part of coercive control and Darbo. Make no mistake about it. It is kind of a superpower, but at the same time, it's hard for people, even if you're being impartial and thinking about it, right? There are people who just aren't going to be able to be impartial based on what they believe in any given case. To me, like, it wouldn't matter whether Karen was the defendant, someone else was the defendant. If you switch the roles of who was defendant and who was plaintiff, you cannot have a U.S. Attorney's Office that works like that. That is corruption at its finest. Like, that you want to look for corruption, there's some corruption, right? Like, that's not appropriate. That's not fucking appropriate. She'd be stupid not to at this point. If she wants to make it look like she's separating herself from him, first step is to sever. Second is to sue him and maybe have him charged with the illegal wiretapping, Hey, he is dumb. He is very dumb. For a while I've been saying that nobody really listened, right? I'm like, listen, he didn't do any investigative work. Whatever Karen told him, he put out there. He didn't check on it. He didn't investigate it. He didn't find out if it was true or not. He took what she said, he put it out there. There is no legwork. He did no legwork. Well, he tries to confuse people. The whole asking a question as an answer to a question is a way to change the conversation and confuse people. It's something he does all the fucking time. He cannot help himself anymore with asking a question to answer a question. Dude, he needs more than a reality check. Karen doesn't like him. She can't stand him. And the fact that he actually in his fucking fucked up brain doesn't realize that, like, he's on his own. Yeah, that band's not getting back together. It's not a team. Of course, words matter. And I think, like, even in her own way, that was her point, is like, you're putting shit out there that's not helping me. It's hurting me. And I need you to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Just shut the fuck up. I did see it. Yes, I did. Yeah, it had been over, well, they're not just talking about the federal investigation. They talk a little bit about the federal investigation, but what they're talking about is stuff that Karen gave him about the federal, her talking to the U.S. Attorney's Office and him leaking that, because I shouldn't say we, I should say me. What I found out long before the trials were over is that the U.S. Attorney's Office was doing some pretty weird and sketchy and shady shit. So the problem is then she was giving him information about conversations that were being had at the U.S. Attorney's Office, and he was telling his audience and or leaking things that she had given him that shouldn't have been leaked, of course, because then it just proves that she was giving it to him and he was putting it out there, which doesn't help considering she knew that the state was going after them for witness intimidation. And if he's putting stuff out there that only could have come from her, it's just proving the state's case if they're trying to have her charged. And so at this point, what it seems like is she's pretty pissed off at him for that. And there's a lot of other things going on. There's a lot of other things that a lot of you guys weren't privy to at the time that some of us were, where he had tried to blackmail Karen at one point because he wanted a court seat so badly. He was mad that Nick Rocco was on court TV. Like, there was a whole slew of different threats that he gave to control everyone and everything. That's what he does. You know what I mean? This one was after. This conversation was after he blackmailed her the first time. I should say the first time. The first time he blackmailed her was during the first trial. When he couldn't get a court seat right away. So, I mein, I'm not a fan of Morrissey. Never have been, never will be. But I get where he was going with that. But at the same time, like, no, he probably shouldn't have. That wasn't going to help him. Making that video was not going to help him. Again, not a fan of Morrissey. Never was, never will be. That's always been my stance on him. I've never been a fan of his. I grew up in Norfolk County. The guy, really, in my opinion, is a shitbag. But that doesn't take away from the jobs that everyone else does either. You know what I mean? Like, again, you have to be, not everything is black and white. There is gray. And so you have to sort of look at it objectively. He's not, running all of he's the DA, but at the same time, like, let's just put it this way, he's a fucking lazy DA. Like, he doesn't do much. All right. He doesn't care too much about whether, this one's doing that or that one's doing this. I'll read the post in a second. Yeah, he is crazy. Let me let the rest of it play. It's only like 5 seconds, but.
And that he had told you, confirmed, that the investigation was over. That's what he told me.
I'll play it one more time in its full capacity without pausing it.
Now you're taking to Twitter. Like, you really think I need Adam Deitch is still a sitting U.S. attorney. Do you think I really need you tweeting about my private conversations with Deitch and the lawyers' comment? You know that's not doing me any fucking favors. I really don't need federal attorneys knowing that I've leaked stuff to you, and now you're showing it off.
Leaked what to you? You said the investigation's over. It was. Do you understand? Like, I've reported what you told me.
Why didn't you report it sooner?
I did report it sooner, Karen. Maybe you missed it. I reported it months ago. And so what Alan said yesterday directly contradicted what I reported. As a person who's...
Listen to what Alan said yesterday. Alan said yesterday, we have not heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office. And I never told you the U.S. Attorneys told us it was closed.
You told me, I know what you told me on the phone. You told me that you guys had spoken with Adam Deitch and that he had told you, confirmed, that the investigation was over. That's what you told me.
So, thank you, Pat. I want to talk to that clown on the phone. Isn't that illegal here? Yeah, so she didn't know she was being recorded. Right? It's a two-party consent state in Massachusetts. He didn't get in trouble because she didn't file. I mean, she still could. But this was definitely for blackmail purposes. Make no mistake about it. He recorded Karen for blackmail. Right? Don't record me, Adam, for blackmail purposes. Hey, Shannon, I like to point out as well that I think some people over on a different, I don't know whose channel it was, but I saw YBE post about it, that someone tried to say that Shannon and YBE are the same person. Shannon's been following me for quite some time. Shannon and YBE are not the same person. They're two separate, completely different people. Just to throw that out there. There's YBE. See, two separate, completely different people. Just going to throw that out there. Like, The DA's office is fucking needs a new DA, but I don't think Adam Deitch is the one that needs to be doing it. And by his numbers, it doesn't look like he's going to win anyway. But yes, essentially, he recorded her and, in my opinion, was going to use it as blackmail because that's what he does to everyone. To fucking everyone. All right? That is who he is. Make no mistake about it. Oh, guaranteed. Guaranteed. I have no doubt in my mind that he recorded many a conversation. And as we found out the other day, okay, he recorded a conversation that him, David Yannetti, Alan Jackson, and Karen had together without any of them knowing it. Like, what the actual fuck? Sorry, it's Sunday, guys. Give me a break, okay? It's Sunday. It's one of those days. Yeah, you can't. You can't. He's not a journalist. He's a joke with a capital fucking J. He does everything. Amy's right. He does everything for blackmail purposes. I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, to be fair, he records a lot of conversations with a lot of different people. It's something he's been doing for a very long time. Yeah, he could not be more of a non-journalist. I agree with Moni. Like, there's just no, absolutely fucking not. Nope. I love this. Aiden is such a piece of shit in general. It's like but this is what I try to say, you know? I try to tell people, like, this is the person that we're dealing with here, folks. Like, this is like, he's a shitty human being. So let me go back. I'll read the rest of it. So Kate reposted it and then said, I have to point out again how incredibly fucked up it is that Meredith O'Neill has been blamed baselessly for hacking to obtain and release these clips, when it's abundantly obvious Kearney screen recorded and released them himself. Now, here's the thing. And now I'm clicking on it again because I'd like to show you guys something that you might not have been paying attention to at the time. But in the clip, okay, he gets messages. So what he did is he sent himself the clips to Facebook Messenger, right? And then takes them from Facebook Messenger and sends them to himself again. He's done this a multitude of times with a multitude of different ways to record people and then send it to himself. He's always done video. It's originally a video, and then he cuts out the video and just turns it into audio. But nonetheless, what happens here is he starts getting text messages from the girl that he was hitting on at the oh god, what is the place he sold out again? Can you guys help me with that? What's the name of that place that he loves to say he sold out again? It's like, it's like 1,000 seats or so. Oh god, what's the name of that fucking place? I can't ever remember. It's not that important. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he sold out 1,000 seats, right? He sold it out. It's so important. But he starts getting text messages, right? Now watch, mute this and show you. He starts getting text messages from these people. One of which he gets from Lauren Murray. Here's the chick. That's the chick that he had hit on and talked to, the 21-year-old. Okay, prison. Yeah, from prison. From prison. She sends a emoji on something he wrote. Then Lauren Murray at one point texts him and says, I'm not friends with Meredith anymore, blah, 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 blah. Like, this is his phone, right? This is his fucking phone. So to blame Meredith for clips he very clearly made himself. Yeah, I knew what the name was. I was being facetious, but thank you, Sarah. The Wilba. Yeah, so this is his phone. And it proves that this is his phone because, again, he gets messages from his friends and or, quote, minions. And the one girl who no one else talks to, who was 21 that he was hitting on at the Wilbur. So, yeah, it proves that selling mess hall exclusive passes. Yeah, he likely does record all of his phone calls. I mean, we all knew that a long time ago, but I also, definitely tried to warn people. No one wanted to fucking listen. That's not my fault. But nonetheless, throughout these clips in different areas, he gets messages from people, his friends, his minions, and it shows that it's his phone. Okay? Jailbait. Yeah, that is what you call it. Jailbait. I knew it was the Wilbur. I was being facetious because it wasn't that important. He did buy some of the tickets himself, actually. And then he had to give them away or raffle them away to try to make money because he wanted to sell it out so badly, you know? Well, she can charge him. I mean, yeah, it opens her up to discovery, which is probably why she hasn't done it yet. But if you want to make it look good for the civil suit, then maybe you countersue him or have him charged with the wiretapping. You know, she's got to do something. I mean, severing is one thing. Hold on a second, guys. I can hear the girls in the kitchen. Hold on. Sorry, I can hear them in the kitchen, and I know they're up to good. Yeah, they're getting oranges, but I know them, and they leave the orange peels on the counter or on the table. Not on my new tablecloth. God dang it. In a bowl. God damn it. In a fucking bowl. This is what my life's been like for the past 24 hours, guys. I am stressed the fuck out. Stressed the fuck out. God damn it. Yeah, it's not a huge theater. That was my point. It's like he thought it was so important. It's 1,000 seats that he had to like basically beg people to take, and it's just fucking fun. Yeah, I'm doing something if I'm her, even if it's just for the look of it. You know what I mean? I mean, at this point, the shit that he's doing behind the scenes to control anybody talking about the case to begin with was wild. I was there for that. Like, it was fucking wild. He wanted all of the information to only be going through him. If you had information he didn't have, he threw a fucking child fit and demanded that you give it to him. Like, it was a whole shit show, bro. And then when people were like, yeah, no, go fuck yourself. Like, my God. I mean, he had so many toddler tantrums because people had more people watching than him or more information than him. It was just fucking crazy. It was crazy, dude. Well, the first legal team strategy is sever. That's the first strategy that any smart attorney would do, is sever the cases. At least attempt to. Even if the judge says no, then you at least file to sever the cases. You know what I mean? Well, he's a rude motherfucker. He is a rude motherfucker. Have a good day, Moni. Have a good one, my friend. All right, family. I'll take a quick second to check in with my chat, my peoples, okay? You guys see what's happening. The lawsuits are raining down. It's raining lawsuits. Hallelujah. The blueprint is being exposed. And we're here on a Sunday to make sure that record's straight. We talk about the shenanigans and we get our Sunday on, right? We get our Sunday on. I do this because I love this community. I love you people. I would have been here last night, but Donna wasn't feeling so hot. So she had to reschedule with me. And so it's going to be one night this week. Let her pick the day so it works for her. It'll be one night this week, you know, beginning to end, of what she has dealt with as a victim of his and the shit that's been happening since then, right? So we will be having that show at some point this week. I'll let her decide. I told her I'll let her decide which day. But I do this because I love you guys, and because the amount of victims of his that I've helped and the amount of victims that I've had to listen to cry and console and try to make them laugh when all hell is breaking loose, while their families are being harassed, while my own family is being harassed relentlessly, as it still happens today. I do this because I don't want the rest of these people, even the minions of his, who may not realize at this point that they're being used and abused and made fun of behind closed doors, that eventually they're going to be victims too. And I hope that that doesn't happen. I'll pop it in the chat. I pray that it doesn't happen, that people don't get victimized. But as I've seen happen, more and more people do get victimized. They come to me, and whether you know them publicly or not, there is a lot of them. And I mean a fucking lot of them. And I can't just sit here and do nothing. I mean, they hope from the amount of harassment that they give me, that I'll just back down. I'll just go away. I'll just shut up. I'll just stop talking. I mean, even the Glaber, the Wildo, posted some weird screenshot of my stream and then put like these giant eyes where my eyes are. And I'm like, is that supposed to mean something, bro? Like, stay in fucking Tennessee, Bigfoot. All right? You have no relevance here in Massachusetts. You're a fucking simp, a liar, and a joke. All right, Will? Like, get off my dick, dude. Seriously, you're gross. Like, you're fucking gross. But this is what they hope happens. They hope that if they just do enough and say enough really shitty things and harass me and my family enough, that I'll go away and I'll shut up and I'll shut my channel down and nobody ever has to hear from me again. No, not happening. Yeah. Oh, are you, Aiden? Did you come here just to say that, buddy? Oh, your little ego getting a little upset. I think we're the ones laughing, but sure. Oh, if that's what you need to sleep at night, bub. Oh, poor Adderall AIDS. He's upset. He's upset, you guys. We struck a nerve. We must have struck it. So this is what they hope. They hope and they pray that if they just do enough to me, you know, they put enough hate out there or lies out there that people won't support the channel. They won't come here. You know, they will just, you know, listen to him instead. That's what they hope. That's what they pray. And or that I just go away. I can promise you I'm not going to go away. I can promise you that as long as I can keep this channel running, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, wicked mature, right? Wicked mature. It's like a child, you know? It's like a child. But I can only do it because of you guys' support. We don't have sponsors telling us what to do or say. We don't have other creators that support us and throw our name out there like the cult does to each other so they can keep each other running and running that echo chamber there. We have you. That's what we have. So if you appreciate the fact that we stay objective and we pull the receipts, and please consider supporting the channel, whether that be a donation or checking off something from the wish list, or, you know, subscribing to the channel or getting yourself a membership or gifting memberships. Please do. Whether it's $5 on Cash App for a coffee or a Venmo hit to help with our next records request, it makes a difference. It all makes a difference. Every little bit helps. All the links are there. We have one pinned in the chat that works for credit or debit. You can use Apple Pay even on it. That goes straight to me. We have, you know, the most direct options, which are always the best, are these ones: the Cash App, the Venmo, our PayPal, our link that's pinned to the top of the chat. Let's show everyone that an independent, honest media can't be silenced. We can't be stopped. We can't be shut down. We're not going to go away because they're trying real fucking hard to make that happen. You know? It just does. And I welcome that as well. All the support of being here helps as well. All of it. It all helps, okay? Thank you to everybody who does support us. We appreciate you, and you're the reason that we are still here and that we're still running and that we can keep going, you know, and making sure that these lies don't go unchecked and that his victims have somewhere to land softly. At least they know that we're here. And I'm sure not every victim has come here. Some people go to other people, and that's okay. And that's okay. I hope that no matter where they land, that they know that there is someone that has their back, and that they know that there are people who have Aiden's number and know exactly the way that he fucking behaves. You know? Oh yeah, they wanted his cases covered, but the only thing that they cover is like screaming First Amendment and then going after anybody who speaks. It's amazing, isn't it? No worries. No worries. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. All right, hold on a second. I'm just trying to pull something up here. Oh, well, so this is the other thing. I think Grace wanted me to read this. So this was the first thing that Kate wrote on the clip. It was a couple of things. Number one, you will never convince me that Aidan Kearney recorded this call with Karen to play for his non-existent therapist, as he has previously claimed, and then screen recorded it for safekeeping. This is obviously blackmail. Make no mistake, he is the one who screen recorded it. His text notifications pop up, as you can see. Number two, I'm bothered that what I have received is in clips. Without context, the statements she makes, although seemingly incriminating, are not entirely clear. This is frustrating for me and has prevented me from posting, but this one is clear enough. Adam Deach, please explain why you were having private conversations with a murder defendant during an investigation you spearheaded, which yielded zero arrest, indictments, or evidence of any conspiracy, public corruption, or malfeasance. Just to have that murder defendant leak it all to a blogger. You can answer here, or I will simply find you out on the campaign trail and ask you in front of all those voters you are attempting to woo. You can lie to yourself and think I won't, but I promise you I will, and I'll bring this recording with me. So that's interesting. You know, that is interesting. It's very interesting. It's weird to me that whoever went this second round of sending them out sent a few clips. Oh, yes, we got it. Well, it didn't come in time for the tournament. It came after he got home from the tournament, but I talked about it at the beginning of the stream he's working today, but he wanted me to send you a super thank you. It actually came with like a 1-year warranty on the side, and it's a beautiful bat. And it already has a grip on it. I love this grip. I love it. And he loves it. And he wanted me to send you millions of thank yous. So if you replay, you'll see my thank you early in the stream. But he appreciates you, my friend. The only 2 things he told me he needed for softball were a bat and what was the other thing? Turfs. And I put those on there in case someone else eventually wants to see what goes for him. But, you know, he don't ask for much. Snacks. I put snacks on there for him because he's a snackinator. Snacks and drinks, that's his thing. It's a beautiful bat, right? It's got that turned handle a little. I like it. It felt good in my hands even, you know? Oh God, we have the same troll commenting on our channel. Like, do the trolls not realize, like, if I block you, right, from my channel, that you can write stuff, but it never ends up here with everyone else's comments. You're just writing into the abyss. No. Well, 1 second. Well, that's the theory, is that he sent them, right? Is that he sent them. Oh. It is. That's the problem. It is, you know, we don't have to agree on a case, but what we do need to do is make sure that we don't allow someone like Aiden to continue to hurt people. You know, don't worry, girl. Don't you worry. Believe me, I'm running on that same burnout, my friend. Yeah, I agree. I think to be honest, I honestly think that like probate court runs like a kangaroo court, and that needs to be fixed. And you know, there's a whole lot of shit that needs to be fixed in our system. Let's make that clear. You know, but the theory is definitely that Aiden himself is the one sort of running that releasing of the clips, because if not, why clip it? Why not give it in its full entirety? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not give the full thing? It doesn't make sense. If you don't care about context, you care just about getting the whole thing out there, then why not just put the full thing out there? You know what I mean? Why not? I don't get it. Like, why not put the entirety of it? So that's why it's like, the theory is that Aiden himself is the one sending these clips out. The weird thing is Jason got them, Kate got them. I don't know who else got them. I know I did see James Jackson, I think it was, post on the bottom of Kate saying, like, don't send these to Kate, send them to me. I don't give a shit who gets them. But yeah, they don't, right, Rose? I don't think that they do. You don't think that they do? I don't think that they do. You know? Thank you. Exactly. Well, you know, but that's his theory, right? Anybody who talks about his shit is obsessed with him, which is so funny to me, because his viewers are the same people that say that, but have no problem with when he's bashing everyone else. So it's like, when anyone else defends himself, then they're obsessed. It's like, no, but I'm also not going to allow his victims to have no voice either. That's not all right. You know, he is a tag along. I would sever. If I was her, I would sever. That's what I would do. I would sever. You know what I mean? I would sever. Listen, some days we're not patient. Some days it's okay to not be fully patient as we usually are every day. For a day, Heather, believe me, I feel you. Okay, I feel you. My biological dad can't walk anymore. He's in a chair, a motorized chair. He simply cannot walk anymore, and he lives about 45 minutes away from me. So when I go to check on him and help him, it's difficult getting there and back because I don't drive anymore. But when I do, I have to pretty much do everything. I actually had my sister bring me there right before Easter to help out and move some things around the room and plug some things in that he couldn't plug in, and that got unplugged, and just get everything in order for him because he can't do it himself. I didn't meet my biological dad until I was an adult. And so he's still my dad, but I don't have that very close relationship that I had with my stepdad who adopted me when I was 4 and raised me my entire life. That man resides here inside of this necklace. And he took his own life, which is why suicide is very near and dear to my heart. Mental health. It's one of the reasons why I got into mental health, was people who have addiction and suicide were 2 of the big reasons why I got into mental health. And so, it's not always easy to be a caregiver. You know what I mean? It's not always easy. My dad is with me forever. The man that raised me is with me forever. And my biological dad was actually a good sport and actually thanked my mom and said to my mom, like, I know I can't thank him personally, but I'll thank you for him personally, that your husband raised my daughter and did a great job, because my dad passed is dad to me. That's my daddy. Like, that's dad. My dad since I was 4. So, I keep him with me everywhere, and that's why he is inside this necklace. And I know you guys can't see it, but most of you know my dad played music, and my dad's main instrument was the drums. And my dad had a cross just like this that he wore every single day. But on this cross, as you can kind of see a little bit from the light's not great, is a little drum, and it reminds me of my dad. So that is why I keep him. His ashes are in this necklace. Keep him with me everywhere I go. But it's not easy being a caregiver. My oldest was born with her disease, and so she had a G-tube up her nose and down her throat until she was old enough to have the surgery to have one put in. And so she still has that for nighttime as her body burns off more than she can eat, and she eats plenty. But that's part of her disease, and it's just not easy. Flushing out G-tubes and, changing bandages, and, my daughter's blind now, so there's that. And then with my daddy, my biological daddy can't walk anymore. So we're allowed to not be perfect, Heather. And you're not alone, believe me. You're not alone. It's a lot. I have my own family and my own health issues, and then I got all that on top of it, and then my sister, and it's a lot on any one person, believe me. And I got to deal with these idiots on top of that. But that's why I just laugh at this point at them. Like, it all takes a toll on you as a person, but then you have to take it as a grain of salt to say, like, if that's all they got is to run their mouths and say shit that isn't true, like, I've walked through the depths of fucking hell. Like, that's nothing. That is fucking nothing. Nothing. Like, nothing. It's ridiculous that they even think that that's somehow going to make me go away. Like, they thought that by calling my kid an R word and saying that I magically somehow created that to happen to her was just fucking gross. It's gross. It's fucking gross. Absolutely gross. My child was born with her disease, and I couldn't have caused her disease. It's called stat 3 gain of function. Less than 200 people on planet Earth have it, and there's nothing anyone can do to, quote, cause it. So it's like, these are the people that don't mind saying shit that just simply isn't true, but is just completely disgusting and vile, and it makes you wonder, do they have any respect for themselves? You're simping for a man who couldn't care less, wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Or is it the man himself? Because the only person with that kind of rage that I know is him. Is him, my friends. Guess what happened is he ordered a brand new car. On phone, it got dropped in my driveway. Had to chase the truck driver down to take car back. Oh my God, shut the hell up. Oh my God. Take it back. Oh my God. Oh my God. He ordered a car. I can't. Shut the hell up. God bless your dad. Listen, I don't like, that's the one thing I have is my vape. Actually, I'm about to be out. I have to go to the store later. I can't. That's fucking hilarious. If you think about his fans, aka Trevor Riders, are obsessed with him. Some more than others. That a lot of them are, and it's weird though. It's weird. Like, he wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. That's the difference. Like, for instance, if Jesse called me or Benny called me and said, listen, one of your viewers is dealing with X, Y, and Z, they're having a hard time, like, whatever, right? Like, I would think of a way to try to bring the community together and help that person, right? Because like, and yes, it would take money away from me. Yes, it would take money away from my channel, but like, good karma is a fucking thing, and doing the right thing is a choice, right? Like, it's a fucking choice. You don't have to help other people. You can just be a shitbag. And we know that Aiden doesn't help anyone unless it benefits him. It doesn't have to benefit me to help someone. Like, right is right and wrong is fucking wrong. He doesn't know what it's like to ever be like that. He will never help anyone else unless he's benefiting from it. Like, it's just fucking crazy to me. The lack of self-control, the lack of empathy, the lack of sympathy, the lack of understanding that man has, you know? Is it starting to thunder? Shut up. That means it's only a few minutes out for me. God damn it. The thunder woke my house. I think it was maybe 4 or 5 days ago. The thunder shook my entire house. Thank you, Sassy. I picked it out. My family bought it for me. They had me pick it out. They bought it for me just so I could put my dad's ashes in it. I have a bracelet that has my grandmother's ashes in it. She loved dragonflies, and so it's got a dragonfly. Oh, thank you, Oxy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, my daughter still has the inside. My dad loved Aerosmith. He also loved the Eagles, and he loved Journey. But we actually met Steven Tyler. We lived in Marshfield when I was a kid for a short period, probably 2 years. And we lived in an apartment complex, and we used to shop at Stop and Shop. And so we ran into him twice at Stop and Shop. And my dad was like so cool, calm, and collected over meeting him. And he was so cool, calm, and collected over just being there as a normal human doing his own shopping, which was so cool, you know? I don't think he had like one favorite though, because my dad didn't just play drums. He played guitar, piano, you name it. He played it. So I think, so for Mother's Day, God, I'd say many years ago at this point, my brother cleaned up some videos of my dad playing piano after church was over. He cleaned up the videos and sent them to me for Mother's Day, and I cried like a fucking baby with him just fucking around. He was just fucking around playing piano. Here it is, actually right here. I found it. And you can't really see my dad that great. Yes, my dad had a mullet back then. This was in the 90s, back when you had like tapes inside the thing. But my dad self-taught himself instruments, and he worked at a place. He was the manager of a place called Hub Music in Pembroke, and they used to teach kids how to play different instruments and lessons and stuff. And so we would teach kids different instruments. But my dad played beautifully no matter what instrument you put in his hand. Hold it up. It's merchandise with a turtle on it. It is, yeah, it's not. Listen, this is my way of working. I can't physically do certain jobs anymore because of my health, but I've found that this was a great way to help other people, make an income, and make an impact, you know? I've been doing advocacy a long time, unpaid. And so I can do it paid and help other people and hopefully make a difference, you know? Karma is fair, I feel like. Oh, yeah, they definitely should have put you under anesthesia before they didn't change that from the nose to the stomach, you know? People do cross the line, that's for sure. I would laugh too. I would probably laugh too chasing down the truck. I would be laughing at myself. It's pouring? It's not pouring here yet. Oh, crossing my fingers. Well, I mean, I talk to people in DMs, but there are boundaries. There might be some Twitter news. I'm going to look in a second. Oh, I remember that clip. I'm going to find that clip. It's raining West Roxbury already? Damn. Oh, that's such a good concert. Aerosmith's such a good concert. Yep. Oh my God. I used to watch MGK before he was mainstream, when he was just YouTube. You know? I love that I can talk over the video of my dad just playing piano like it's every day. And this is what I used to, my dad, music every day, all day, all day, every day. all different kinds of music. My dad's wearing, I think, his gold necklace in this one. Not his cross, but he had a cross just like this that he would wear with his gold necklace. I don't even think that one's on, but my dad had the tight jeans and the rocker, the rocker do. It hurts my heart too, but it's something that I have to, you know, remember and put in the back of my mind about why I'm still here, why I'm still talking. You know, why I'm still making sure that people know how to get in touch with me and that they're not alone. I love that. Oh, I love that so much. Seashell and ashes. I love that. Well, he doesn't protect sources. I mean, my sources know they're protected, right? That is my dad. My dad's mullet was like his thing. All right. I'm going to tell you, my dad was serious about that mullet. All right. I remember asking if he was going to cut it one time. He looked at me like it had 12 heads. It's like, nah, sorry, no. Oh, they gave you another nose too. It's one of these videos that sits near and dear to my heart, but my dad's not alive anymore, so it's nice to share with other people his talent. You know? Cried like a baby when my brother cleaned this video up and best he could and sent it to me for Mother's Day. To hear him play drums, I don't think we really have any. I mean, we have a couple of videos of him and his band way back in the day, but oh yeah, that's not nice, dude. The one that goes up your nose and down your throat, that tube, that one sucks coming back up and going in. Ooh. Yeah, they definitely should have still put you under for that. That does not sound like fun. The Richard Marx look. Thank you. As a kid, I used to love just sitting there and watching my dad's band play. Like I was in awe just sitting on the stairs watching them play, you know. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, my dad was tall. My dad was a tall guy. He gets up at one point to shut the video off later on in it. And you can see how tall he is. Well, that's what he needs to know what you can do for him. He needs to know what, you know, can be done for him, Rose. You know that. You know, it's always a transactional relationship. It's never just helping someone just for the sake of helping them. You know what I mean? A tall glass of water. Gotta love it. Oh, thank you, Amy. He was a beautiful soul. Yeah, I could maybe do like Mary Had a Little Lamb. My dad begged me to let me teach him, and I thought I couldn't do it, you know. So I wanted to play guitar, not piano. Wait till you see my dad's jeans. He's got the skin tight rocker jeans on. Oh God, I'll never forget those, you know. I mean, you have to have quick fingers for this. I do not. Cannot do it. Dad's just in his own world in this video. He's totally in his own world, just playing, you know, and that's the best part of watching it, is just knowing that he's like happy, you know, and he's happy just playing music, you know. Reminds me of a simpler time, that's for sure, because I was a kid when this video was made. And at that time, my brother is technically a half brother, still a brother to me, but my dad, before he met my mom, was already a single dad to my brother. He had custody of my little brother since my brother was like 3. His mother was a addict. And so back in that day, dads didn't get custody of kids. It didn't happen in the late 80s, early 90s. It was rare. And so my dad had one child, my brother, and my mom had me. And then they got married and had 2 more, but they were both single parents when they met. And they actually met, funny enough, at the Ups and Downs, which used to be called the Pony Room, when my dad was playing a gig there as the drummer. So that's That's my parents' love story. Yeah, they're Levi's. They're literally Levi's. Yeah, the judge didn't give either of them a restraining order, which I find, yes, Patrick Swayze. That's what he kind of looks like, right? I wish he was alive to hear that. And he probably did hear that from up above, and he's probably like patting himself on the back, like, yeah, Swayze vibes, yeah. That's so funny. But yeah, the judge tossed them both. Said no for either of them. I don't know if she's going to file again, but I feel like I would. See the jeans? The old phone? Dad's got the keys hooked onto his pants. You go, Dad. You go. That man's a rock star. Bottom line. Taught me how to tie my shoes and ride a bike and be a good human and be free and artistic and kind and just be a good human, you know? Ups and downs. I mean, to be fair, how many people went to ups and downs and were underage? I mean, I think probably quite a few of us, right? Like, quite a few of us. The pony room. That's what they used to call it, the pony room. Back in the day, it was called the Ups and Downs, but anybody who went there, my mother was in a dart league at the Ups and Downs. It's a bar right over the bridge from Quincy into Neponset, and they used to have like a dart league, and my mother played in the dart league. Yes, the pony room. The Ups and Downs. Sure is. My dad just randomly plays whatever song he feels like playing. I'm sharing memories of my dad. I feel like it's a simpler time. He's much freer, you know, like he's not with us anymore, but in these moments, my dad was just with the music and happy, you know? Yeah, it wasn't a thing that happened really back then, you know? And that you lived with your dad. Your stepmother was 9 years older. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the pony room. See? Too many people know what the pony room is, goddammit. Sorry, Dad. What else are you playing in this? Wasn't it a clothing store at the 80s? Yeah, it's a bar. It has like a upstairs and a downstairs. This is why it's called the Ups and Downs, you know? Had a bar on both floors. I think it closed down shortly after I became of age. I think I was at it maybe a few times. And then they closed it, of course. But I remember it. He does live through. Well, he also lives through what I teach my kids, right? I teach my kids the things that my dad taught me and that I learned from him, you know? And nobody can ever take that from me or him or my sister or sisters or brother, you know? Like, the way my dad was is the way that I hope every kid gets a dad like that, you know? My kids are lucky enough. My older two are lucky enough to have a surrogate dad like I did. And to them, that's dad, just like this is dad to me since I was 4. My husband is dad to my older two, even though he's not biologically theirs, they're his. And he's theirs. And they need something, that's the dad they call. You know, not the Ghostbusters, but that's the dad. So, you know, I tell my kids all the time, the older two, like, you're lucky you have dad in the same way that I was lucky to have Papa. My dad only ever got to meet one of his grandchildren. It was my oldest daughter, and he passed when she was 3 or 4. And so, but at least by the time he died, my dad was in his early 40s, first 2 years of being 40. And I'll be 40 this year, so it makes me think like my dad was only 1 or 2 years older than I am right now when he passed, when he took his own life. And he got to meet at least one of his grandkids before he died, but now he has 6 grandkids, you know, 5 of which he never met. But I have to always remember that I know that he's got to be up there somewhere. I actually have a pair of my dad's drumsticks, and you can tell how hard he played with them because they, you know, all the wood chips off in little pieces. And I have not found, I need like a shadow box that has like a shelf and something that they can sit on and not roll. and I haven't found anything yet, but I really want to display them on the wall inside a very safe box, because if they fall and they break, I will be devastated. It is the only thing I have left of my dad other than his ashes, and I don't want anything to happen to them. So I need like a box that has like a stand on it that will hold drumsticks so that they stay put and that they just are in the case, like a see-through case. I would love to have something like that, to just have his drumsticks on my wall. Being the only thing I have left of him, it's important to me, Indiana, my older sister, her mom, we have a different mom and a different moms, the same dad. Her mom moved her to Indiana when I was just, a couple of years old. So she's been living in Indiana ever since, That is so cool. Oh, he came and he got you. I know what you mean, my friend. My dad. It's funny because he used to always put his chains back in his shirt like you did there, like pick them up and put them in his, this was a thing that him and his friend Gino did. They literally went down into Boston. This was long before I was born, and started asking people questions. It was so funny. But my brother had sent me that and a couple other like random videos of my dad for Mother's Day way back when, and I was just so grateful to have them. Yeah, 1992. That was early, 90s that my dad got custody of my brother. It was really, really, really not a thing back then, that a lot of dads didn't have, custody of just one kid by themselves, single dad, Well, my biological dad is still alive. My dad, who was my dad my whole life, who, adopted me when I was 4, and who was in that video you guys just saw, is no longer with us. But my biological dad has a lot of health issues, and so I don't think he'll be with us much longer, unfortunately. But at least him getting to see me and his grandkids will make his, it gives him a smile. Hold on a second. I have an important call coming in. Hold on. Sorry, I had to take that. Oh, I love that. See, but that's the thing. It doesn't always have to be biologically blood to be family. Doesn't have to be. I see. See, I've never been able to find something that like sits well or will look right, or that I feel like is gonna hold those drumsticks, Ooh, I like black. Black's a good color. Needs to definitely have Michaels will do it for you. Will they really? Oh, $20. Oh, it's a hand. Yeah, but I need it in a case. Like, this is a display stand, so you can display it. But that's the thing. I don't feel safe putting it just on a display, because if one of the kids accidentally knocks it over out of that hand or something like that, I will literally freaking melt. So that's what I mean. Like, I can't just have a stand. It's got to be like in a plexiglass, like where like no one can knock it over or out, if that makes sense. And that's sort of what I'm looking for. Take a thread or a ribbon of his favorite color and bind the sticks in an X shape and in the shadow box. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I need something that's going to hold it down, you know, like that, because otherwise I will have a freaking heart attack. Oh, Rose, thank you. Rose sends $50 and says, thank you for not shutting the fuck up. Rose, I love that. Thank you, Rose, for your $50 Venmo, and thank you for making me laugh. I can fucking appreciate that. I love it. She said, thank you for not shutting the fuck up. I love it. That is a great idea. You guys have some great ideas. I like it. I like it. See? I knew one of you guys would know, right? This is also where I say, like, some creators honestly don't miss out. They miss out on miss out on interacting with their audience, because it's such a lovely thing to be. I'll look at them. I looked at the two you sent already. To be a community of just people in general that can have these, you know, random conversations about random shit. And it's Sunday, so we love to do that on a Sunday and have random conversations. So, oh wait, that's not the one. That's the one. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to pull something up here. X. Sports card place. Ooh, that's interesting. I was thinking about a shadow box, but I need, like, the sticks themselves obviously won't just stay in a shadow box. They'll roll around, you know, so I need a way to keep the sticks there without damaging the sticks. I don't want to, like, glue them or anything like that. I don't want to damage them in any way, you know? It is too bad for the other creators, because it's like, you guys miss out on the best part of doing streaming and not long form videos, which is you can talk to your audience in real time. You can answer their questions in real time. You can have conversations with them in real time. Like, you can connect with them in real time. You know, ignoring them to make them super chat, like, I get why channels do it, especially smaller ones, but you miss out on the community itself. You miss out on getting to know the people in your community, and I think it's a mistake. Like, to me, that would be a giant mistake. I can't make other creators do it. Obviously, they're going to do whatever they think is going to make them, you know, money, but at the same time, like, you need to balance, like, what your boundaries are, what's right and wrong, and money. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like nowadays everybody's throwing all that out the window, and it's whatever makes the most money. Who gives a fuck about boundaries? And it's like, I don't know how they sleep at night. I don't get it. Now, listen, I've been down a rabbit hole. Lots of rabbit holes, as a matter of fact. So Bullseye Dog said, Aiden's Give, Send, Go earned less than $1,000 in the last 24 hours. I guess the pivot to Amazon wishing makes sense. So this was him a couple months ago making fun of someone who had not made that much, right?
Well, you got $1,500 in your account right now, and then McAlbert's got $40,000. So how about them apples? How's that going for you? Well, you got $1,500 in your account right now, and then McAlbert's got $40,000. So how about them apples?
Like, look at his face. He's so incredulous. Like, oh, well, fuck you. Like, bro, have some self-awareness here, okay? Have some fucking self-awareness. Beto saying he's surprised if anyone was actually harassing Jen McCabe in her bank and local grocery store. Is he serious right now? Like, even saying something like that is crazy. Says, Anne, am I in the Twilight Zone? His own client has been telling everyone to call her a murderer for 3 years. Now it's surprising and possibly untruthful of her to say, get the fuck out of here. I know they say ignorance is bliss, but this is lobotomy worthy. Exactly. Well, yeah, if you split it all between all those people, I'm gonna have to pay for an attorney. Yeah, you know. So, Jen posted something. So Jen said, so far, she has not been able to do that for 6 months. For 6 months, she's not had one show where she doesn't mention my name. I've said it before. When she stops, I stop. She said she's going harder, so here we are. Thing is, I don't make money from X posts. She makes her living on YouTube. I wonder who will stop first and win. I guess Machado's still talking about Jen Altman. I mean, that's weird as fuck. I'm sorry, but that's just like, come on, Ethel. Like, why is it not playing?
I maintain that I could do a whole show on YouTube
Ethel.
without ever mentioning Jen Altman's name.
No, you can't.
And still put on a show that makes people laugh and is entertaining or makes people cry. I still think I have that talent and I'm capable of that.
Exactly.
I maintain that I could do a whole.
Oh my God, she literally named herself the best there ever was. I fucking can't. You can't make this shit up, you guys, all right? You can't make this shit fucking up. You can't. You literally can't. You can't. I mean, nobody would be surprised that anyone's been harassed. Aiden throws a dog whistle, and whoever he throws that dog whistle about gets attacked. We all know how that works, you guys. We all know how the fuck that works, okay? Oh, I love this. Tracy, that is so nice. Oh, you guys are gonna make me cry today. Let's try to not make me cry today. I don't want to cry today. I'm not a crier. I'm not too much of a crier, but Tracy sends $20 and says, what Rose said, and in memory of the piano man. Oh, my dad would love that. My dad would love that. Thank you. Yeah, that's the problem, is it's the lack of self-awareness there. It's like, dude, you can joke, right? We joke, we kid, ha ha ha, we kid, we joke. But if you sound like a fucking douche nozzle while you're doing it, it's not funny, you know? It's not funny. He said he was looking for one. He didn't say he had one. He said he was looking for one and that he needed an attorney. And Bettero and Bradle were not going to do it. Hey, Lisa, that's what he said. Ethel is Ethel's biggest fan. You got that right. Yeah, he can't do a show without mentioning one of us. It doesn't matter which one of us it is, right? It could be Meredith. It could be Leah. It could be me. It could be Kate. It could be Donna, it could be Lindsay from New Jersey. Like, it doesn't matter. It's got to be one of us, right? It's got to be one of us. He cannot, because he wouldn't have any content. He wouldn't have any content. He can't talk about anything else. You know how we have random conversations on my lives about all sorts of things? Kids, caretaking, music, right? He cannot pivot like that. It has to be drama, because drama makes money, right? Like, he can't talk about anything else. Although I did see this morning, someone commented on something and was like, that's what you get for being around the sewer turtle too long. And I was like, oh my God, someone called him the sewer turtle. He's going to have a fucking meltdown. Every time someone types sewer turtle on Twitter, like, I hear one bit of Aiden's rage come out of his mouth and start fucking screaming. Like, he hates being called the sewer turtle because it came from me. It came from here. So he fucking hates it. Yeah, if she, like, come on, she can't help herself but to keep fucking Moralman, you know? Like, let's be honest here. That's not happening. We have a great group. We do. We have a great group of humans, right? And I say humans because we have all different beliefs on all different cases and all different things. Yet, guess what? We're like a variety box of snacks. We all get along. You know, I don't know why. Because we understand that we don't all have to agree on everything all the time. Because that's life. We can all still love each other and be a beautiful community and family and not agree on every single aspect of every single thing. That's how a community operates, you know? Not every community member in a community is going to believe the same things all the time. You're not supposed to, unless you're in the cult. If you're in the cult, you have to believe everything Aiden says, or he tells you to die in a hole. That's how that works. He will tell you to go die in a hole. Die in a hole. Then he pretends to push dirt over you. It's fucking wild. Imagine pretending to, like, push dirt over someone and telling them to die in a hole because you can't read their comment correctly, which of course he never does, you know? He can't. It is. It's called respect. I love having a variety. It's like we're like a variety box of snacks over here, you know? It's reminiscent of dementia. I feel like he has dementia of lies because he can't remember all of his lies, you know? Exactly. Listen, there's never going to be judgment from me from any of you, okay? I've been through the depths of hell and back, and then through the depths of hell and back probably 500 times. There is nothing you could say to me that would shock me or make me, you know, be like, oh, you're a horrible person. Unless you're doing the shit the turtle cult is doing and you're Aiden, like, I don't give a shit if you were an addict or an alcoholic once in your life. I don't care if you got a assault charge from punching a girl in the face who your husband was cheating on you with or your boyfriend was cheating on you. Like, that's life. It happens, right? That doesn't make someone a bad person. We don't all make great choices every single day, okay? Some days are better than others, and then we learn and we grow, okay? To try to shame anyone for something that happened 15, 20, 5, 2 years ago, it's like we all learn and we grow, and everyone has a story. Everyone has trauma. Everyone has, shit that they had to deal with. Using that as some sort of gotcha is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen on planet Earth. It just is. You're just telling to sue your turtle. I can't. Right? Wouldn't life be boring if you just, that wouldn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, it just wouldn't make any fucking sense. Sewer turtle sued. SEWED. He's going to, like, anybody calling him a sewer turtle, he has a fucking rage out about. He hates it. That's the other thing. You called someone's job. Like, you're just pure trash. Like, we know Jess can't keep a job. She's been fired from every goddamn journalistic job she's ever held. And for short periods of time, she gets fired from them. Hold on a second. Sorry, the kids couldn't reach the snack. The only thing I put in the cabinets were crackers. Everything else is on the snack cart. But the snack cart gets gone through between the kids and him pretty quickly. So, Okay. I asked in a chat why. I was asked in a chat why I'm your mod. I said, because I am. Kept asking. Like, why do you have to say why that you're my mod? Because you are? Because actually, as fate would have it, I know Jesse's husband's family, and grew up with one of her brother-in-laws, and fate just happened to bring us together as people, right? And she's my kind of peoples. So why is it anyone's fucking business why you're my mod? Because you are. Why is Leah my mod? You know what I mean? Why, like, come on now. That is such a stupid question. Why do you even need to answer that? Because you are? Does that mean something? You're supposed to mean something because you're my mod. That means what? That you don't have your own opinions? It would be very Leave It to Beaver or Stepford Wives. You ever seen that movie, Stepford Wives? No, he doesn't respect privacy. That's exactly part of the reason why we're here. But I, myself, the amount of sources that I've had in different things, she's okay. She is okay. The amount of, upset, of course, as you would be, or I don't even mean upset, like crying upset, but upset as in like the courts just don't fucking get it. And I understand it. But like, I feel like this is the kind of shit that emboldens Aiden to keep going and get worse. You never know what you're gonna get. Gotta love that movie. Well, that's the other thing. We have a lot of people who give input on legal stuff that don't actually even know how a courtroom works. Or you have civil lawyers weighing in on criminal things in different states, like Melanie Little. She gives out a lot of misinformation. Shit that just simply isn't true. She doesn't bother doing her fucking homework, and that pisses me off, because if you're going to use the fact that you were a lawyer 15 years ago and haven't practiced, 12 years ago and haven't practiced in 12 years, but kept your license, up to date, just so you could say I'm a lawyer. She was a civil lawyer. You can tell she doesn't really know criminal law, because she says a lot of shit that just doesn't make any sense, and that doesn't apply. And every state has different laws and different regulations for certain things. And she doesn't bother to look them up before she talks about shit, so she sounds fucking stupid. If you're going to give input on something, you should probably do your research, okay? Shouldn't be talking about Signal if you don't even know what the fuck Signal is, right? You just assume it's like AOL. You got mail. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't make comments on things that you don't even bother to look up or do any research on. It's ridiculous. We don't do cruelty. There's no reason to be cruel for no reason. Bingo. It's how you pick yourself up and dust yourself off that matters. It's how you get through it. That's the other thing. I really fucking hate these people using PTSD and anxiety as like, this is an anxiety attack. He had an anxiety attack. He was having a PTSD fit. First of all, there's no such thing as a fucking PTSD fit, and it certainly does not look like this.
Can you please not? Can you please not?
As someone with CPTSD, bro, it's fucking insulting as all hell to pretend that all PTSD has to look like a tantrum on the fucking floor. That is not what PTSD is, okay? PTSD is a culmination of many things, including hyper-awareness, right? Like I cannot go into a restaurant and be in a booth with my back and people behind me, or I have to keep looking. It makes me nervous. I like my back to a wall. I need to know where all the exits are. I'm hyper-aware of where people are. If somebody, for instance, and I'm at a bar, right? Say I'm at a bar and I'm standing at the bar to get a drink, and one of my friends is meeting me, or a bunch of my friends are meeting me, and one comes up from behind and runs over and tries to give me a hug. I immediately flinch. Still, after all these years, after over 20 years of being away from my abuser, I still flinch when I don't know a hug is coming. Okay? That is part of PTSD. You do it and you don't even realize it. Right? Like that, to use PTSD and anxiety as like that's an anxiety. No, it was a drunken toddler tantrum. Anxiety and panic, and it would be called a panic attack, okay? Anxiety and panic is like an elephant sitting on your chest that you can't breathe. You might rock back and forth. You might cry, right? You might even flip out. But what you're not doing is doing it while you're fucking a drunken mess going, I can't go back. Like that is very clearly not an anxiety attack, not a panic attack, has nothing to do with PTSD. And to use that as a lying excuse is an insult to everybody who has anxiety, panic, PTSD, CPTSD, whatever. Like it's fucking insulting as hell. It's insulting as fucking hell, dude. Oh, I do though. That's the difference, is I cannot change who I am as a person. I am a people person and I happen to like people. I inherently like people, okay? I just do. So yeah, there are shitty humans on earth, but there are also really amazing, wonderful, kind, funny, smart people on earth, talented people on earth, right? Like I want all of what the world has to offer, right? In every form that it has to offer it. And that includes people, right? I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't. Why people act the way they do. And I get that maybe I'm what they call, my grandparents used to call it an old soul. Between my dad and my grandparents, I have a lot of old sort of morals. And, you know, I lived with my grandparents for a while, and my grandparents had sort of that old, like you go to school, you work hard, like, you know what I mean? The old school sort of way of living. Like you help people who are struggling and you don't ask for anything in return. You just do it because it's the right thing to do. If you're doing it for something in return, you're not doing it for the right reason. If you're doing it to tell them what to do with what you're giving them, you're not doing it for the right reason, so don't do it. You give with your heart, knowing it's for the right reason. Whatever they do with it is none of your business. Like my grandparents were very kind people. They were Catholics. They were church people. Not so much church thumpy people, but they went to church every week and on all the major holidays and every Sunday. And we had CCD and all that. And my other grandmother is Baptist, so she's the church like thumper lady. My only living grandparent still, by the way, and she lives in Florida. But my grandparents, like that's why I'm an old soul partly. And some of the things that people do, I wonder to myself, like, is it because my grandparents helped raise me? Is that why? Like, I just think this is fucking crazy. Like that these people behave this way. Like you don't do shit like that to your family. You don't do shit like that to your friends. You don't lie for people for no reason. You don't hurt people for no reason. Like why the fuck do people do the things they do? I don't know. I probably never will know. But yeah, she's a mod because she's awesome and because she's just a mod. Like, she's my friend and she's a mod. Like, that's all anybody needs to fucking know, really. It's such a stupid question. They do it as like a gotcha. Like, oh, aren't you Twisted's mod? Like, yeah, she is. And what's your point? What's your fucking point? I'd like to know, has Aiden done anything for his mods ever? Even say thank you? I feel like he's probably never even said thank you. Like, I might not be able to do much for them, but when I can, I do. It's that simple, you know? I'm glad that, do you know what channel it was? I mean, if you ever went into Mike or LTL's channel or anything, any one of them, and that was said to you, they would stick up for you anyway. You know what I mean? It's Brian, Mike, come here, of course. Stepford wives. That's what I feel like Aiden thinks all women should be like, right? A Stepford wife. Yes, fired from all those places. All fired from every single one of them. Jimbo's right. 100%. She handled it the way I need it done, and she does a great job of it, you know? That's very true. That is how movies are made. Hey, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. I used to teach pole dancing classes. I mean, I'd still do it. I did it, you know? Yes, the judge decided no on both of the restraining orders, which is just fucking gross, you know? He decided no on both of them. Yeah, it was definitely partly fake crying. It was all a movie to him. It was all for theatrics. You know, he was also trying to wake up the neighbors, in my opinion, and get them to like tell him to shut the fuck up so that they would get involved in some way, shape, or form. Like then he could claim victim and then say, oh, the neighbors called the cops or the neighbors did this because I was crying on the floor. Like he could claim victim in that way. And that, like, make no mistake, he thinks about this kind of shit before he does it, but all he thinks about is himself. That's why it's not always well thought out, you know? It's crazy. I agree with you, Rose. A lot of the courts in my state have lost their ever-loving fucking minds, and I have been working at least for over a year now to try to make it so that judges have to have classes every 6 months mandatory for DARVO, coercive control, and internet and social media. Because we cannot have judges making uninformed decisions from the bench, re-victimizing victims when they don't even know what coercive control looks like, when they don't know how social media or the internet works. They cannot make informed decisions because they're not allowed to then go and do research on these things from their cases outside of the courtroom. So that means that they need to be educated. And I'm sorry, but one coercive control class every 2 years is not going to fucking cut it. Doesn't even seem like this judge took that class, or maybe he wasn't paying the fuck attention. Either way, is had he been educated on what coercive control looks like, and that oftentimes the coercive controller uses DARVO, okay, deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. So they reverse. They act like they're the victim when they're the offender, and then when the victim responds, they use that against the victim. If he had been informed, he wouldn't have made the ruling the way he did. And so I've been working over a year with our lawmakers here in Massachusetts to try to get them to make this mandatory for judges in a bill. Mandatory education, not once a year, not once every 2 years, biannually, like they're doing now for coercive control. It's a biannual class, okay? This law took effect for coercive control in 2024, so it's already been 2 years. So if these judges got onto the bench after, then they didn't take the class probably yet. So we're 2 years into this shit. And no offense, but if Meredith didn't qualify for an RO under the 209A coercive control portion, then nobody on planet Earth does. She had more than enough evidence and then some. And so I find it disheartening. And especially because I've been working for a year to try to get this to be a mandatory education for judges. Like, no, like I need our lawmakers to hurry the fuck up with this part of what they're going to put in a bill and get it voted on, because this can't keep happening. We can't keep victimizing people because the judges are not informed about things. I love that it's on the record. I absolutely love that for him. I love that toddler tantrum is on the record, because that's what I've always called it. I've always called it that. I'm very hypervigilant. Very hypervigilant. You know, I get I'm like, I'm insulted that they call it that. Like, that's not it. Stop making excuses for him. Anybody with it knows that that's not what it is, you know? Listen, I don't go a lot of places simply because I don't drive. I don't have a car anymore. But even when I do, right? Like I'm hyper aware. I'm vigilant. Like it's automatic. You can't help it, you know? You can't help it when you have PTSD. You cannot. I feel you, you know? I feel you. Isolation is never a good option, though, my friends. Listen, if you feel like you're isolating, you don't even have to go out of the house, but reach out to someone. My DMs are always open. My emails are always open. Like, that's true. There is a big difference. You don't have to isolate alone by yourself. Even if you don't want to answer the phone for anybody, you could just email me. I'll respond, I promise. You know, don't isolate yourself. Don't do it. Believe me, it gets worse if you do that. The depression portion of PTSD, like, because it comes along with that kind of stuff. Like it get worse if you isolate. You all know this, but we tend to do it anyway. You know? Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's an elephant sitting on my chest when I get a panic attack. It's like an elephant is sitting directly on my chest. I can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe. Start sweating. I start getting a pain in my arm. It's crazy. You know? You got this, Heather. I know you got this. A wedding is supposed to be a time for celebration. You're gonna do it. You're gonna get through it, even if I have to hold your pinky finger to do it. If you have to call me every 5 minutes from the bathroom, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together if we have to. That's how you do it. You do it with support. You know that you're not alone. That's what you do. You can say that again, Pat. It is hard. I feel like, again, maybe I'm an old soul, but those, morals have gone out the window. It's crazy. Absolutely. It is using it as an excuse is a slap in the face to anybody who's had any sort of mental health at all. It's a slap in the face to use it as a fucking excuse. But again, Aiden is the pretender. He is the perpetual fake victim. Yeah, so the first time I ever had a panic attack, I also thought I was having a heart attack because your heart starts racing. I also have myocarditis, so that didn't help. So I get like weird chest pains from the inflammation of the muscles of my heart. And so I get these weird chest pains. It makes you feel like you're like having a heart attack. And sometimes it might be like go down into your shoulder or your arm. And that's like those are like stroke symptoms. So it makes you like panic worse, but it's just my heart issue. Yeah, it's the toddler tantrum is on the record. On the record. Yeah, I mean, everything is a show to him, though, Everything is a game. He can't take anything seriously. Everything is about what he can get for himself or what he can make for himself, You got big thunder again? I'm not getting any thunder here. Like, hello? Yeah, the whole video is out. Jason put the entire, okay, hold on. I know some of you don't, I always forget some of you don't fucking have, all right, hold on. Some of you don't have it, so hold on a second. And make no mistake that I am going to get plenty. Oh, Jason just said new story coming up. Stay tuned. Oh boy. We have it, the whole thing from his view and her view sort of strung together. Let's see, in this. Oh, this isn't the one, it's the other one. Where is it? This one. It is this one, right? Yes, this is the 15 minute. Okay, this is 15 minutes. So I'm gonna have to just let it play the whole way through without pausing it. Listen, I will help you any way I can. I've had to do this. I've done cognitive behavioral therapy, which helps with that kind of stuff. And I will give you, so if you email me, I'll give you some tips and tricks on things you can do that'll help calm you, Yeah, the judge definitely, it's on the record. Toddler tantrums are a thing now, You did. It's a thing. So we're going to watch it. It's 15 minutes long. He is, right? Toddler tantrum daddy's still crying. I see you, girl. I see you. I mean, it depends on who's mod, I guess. It depends on what channel you'd be a mod on, I feel like being a mod on certain channels is better than others, for sure. Like, I don't treat my mods like shit. They're human beings. They're not always going to do this thing that you want, but if you communicate with them properly, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? You don't treat them like shit and they're good to go, The fact that Marin's director with ROs with them too. It is crazy. I don't know why they did that either. That's fucking weird to me. I've never seen them really do that when it comes to ROs. And it was like he went and got his after, which would have been a red flag for coercive control. They often do that, try to use the courts to get rid of their own or shut them up. I hope she gets another attorney, definitely, for sure. They are away from each other, they are away from each other, but it's not even about them stopping. If you know the things that have been happening behind closed doors, like, then it's you kind of have to understand all that before you can say, like, they both need to just stop, because that's not really, I mean, at what point is a victim allowed to defend themselves? If they're dealing with privately, and I mean privately, being threatened into oblivion, okay, night after night, day after day after day after day, doing what this person wants and being bullied, right? At what point when this person starts going after them, are they allowed to defend themselves? People can't keep saying like, well, they both need to, well, if you're not allowed to defend yourself or else you need to shut up and go away, then we're telling all victims that if this happens to you and you're threatened into oblivion, once you come out publicly, then you're part of the problem too. That's not fair. You know what I mean? I'm serious. Even if I have to hold your pinky, like a baby holds the fingers of a child, you know, like I have to hold your pinky, I'll do it, you know? I will do it. Oh, I love that for her. Listen, my husband's my prince, and I was with a scary asshole before that, so I love that for her, Heather. You tell her that I said, I hope she has the most wonderful wedding. She deserves it. I don't let people walk alone because I know what it's like to walk alone. It's not fucking fun, I'll tell you that much. You know, it's not fucking fun. Yeah, see, I won't take that kind of medication. I don't, and that's my own personal preference because that's the kind of medication that does help people with panic attacks. But for me, if I don't have to have a medication because I'm already on so many for like my really scary health problems, then I won't take it. So that's why I took cognitive behavioral therapy, because I thought maybe if I could get it under control, then I wouldn't have to take meds, which is what happened. So I'm glad that I could do that, but not everybody can do that either. We're all different and we all have different ways of doing what works for us. And there's no shame in needing Xanax. My best friend, before she passed away, for 15 years of her life, took Ativan, and she needed it. So believe me when it's different for every single person, you know? The attorney did poorly, in my opinion, but I can't agree that the judge got it right. I think the judge got it wrong, but I also have more knowledge than the general public, so I also recognize that as well, you know? Yeah, well, that's what it feels like. Literally, that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Yankee Candle. Gotta love a Yankee Candle. Seabrook. I've been to Seabrook. It's right on the border. Oh, yeah, they'll call the whole ambulance and make you get in, even if you know it's a panic attack, because people think there's something like, because you can't breathe. They like tell them, like, spit it out, like you're trying to, but they just think it's a medical emergency, you know? I've never been to Fort Worth, but maybe I can visit one day. That would be fun. He wasn't called as a witness because the judge was basically saying, like, we're not going to have enough time. And so her lawyer was like, okay, well, then his lawyer's not going to have time to call witnesses either. But then he started to. So it was kind of like, part of it was, in my opinion, the judge kind of did interfere a little too much when her attorney was trying to like get the story out. But the whole reason that Jason wasn't called was because of the time constraint that the judge was putting on it, you know? And the reason that Jason's putting that stuff out is because the whole story still isn't out there. Aiden is still lying through his teeth and still trying to rile people up against Meredith privately to this very day, probably down to right this minute. That's part of the problem. He doesn't know how to leave anything alone. You know, they've had each other blocked for a while. Well, she's had him blocked, I should say. You know? Pre-game deal. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, I think the judge got it wrong too. So yeah, CBT, that's cognitive behavioral is what I've used. Did y'all hit the like button? All right, I'm going to play this. Also, while I play it, remember that on the bottom of your screen, the ways to donate to the channel scroll by periodically. I know I put the big one up right here, but the other ways do scroll by on the bottom periodically. We have a link at the top there that you can click on and use any credit or debit card. You can use Apple Pay as well. And we get all our support from all of you. And so we greatly appreciate any support. We do have super chats. We have super stickers. We have memberships. Get yourself a membership. You can also gift memberships. We can use all the support we can get. You know, we've been attacked pretty hard in the last week or two. And it's very clear that Aiden's getting very upset that we put the truth out and that people are starting to understand what that truth means. And I don't just shut the fuck up easily and go away easily. I'll tell you that much. So this is 15 minutes. I'm going to play it in its full capacity here, people. No, not a panic attack. I fully agree with you, Patricia. 100%. Oh, yeah, I would have been too. I mean, you got a bunch of minions that could follow you home and do. I mean, let's make no mistake. These people will show up to your house. They've shown up to mine. They've sent things to my home. Like, if I told you guys every last thing these people did to me, you'd be like, why the fuck are you still here? Why are you still speaking? I can't even believe you're still loudly ringing the alarm bell, because most people would have been, you know, intimidated into oblivion by now. And that's the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to get me to shut up and go away. And hopefully with you guys' help and people supporting the channel, that will never happen, you know? All right, here we go.
Can you please go? What? Hey, can you talk to please?
I have your fucking keys.
And how do you get in here?
You came down and fucking let me in. You out of your fucking mind? You out of your fucking mind?
Please
You fucking invited me in here.
No, I told
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Please stop.
Where's my shoe?
Why would I be?
Where is it, Meredith? Where is it? What did you do with it?
We're calling your girl.
You won't let me fucking leave.
Alexander Joy's ringing. Please leave. Alexander Joy, your girl, who I supposed to picture on Twitter. I can't really tell the whole story.
Where's my shoe, Meredith? Where is it, please? Can I please have my shoe so I can leave?
Are you kidding me?
Can you
Like,
give me
I've
my
not
shoe.
even been
You
here.
stole my
I've
fucking
not
shoe.
touched you.
Where's
I've
my
not
shoe?
touched you.
Give me my shoe, please.
I literally wanted to-
Please give me my shoe. Give me my shoe, please.
I'm going back.
Please give me my shoe.
I don't.
You stole my shoe so I can't leave.
What?
Where's my
I
shoe?
want you to leave, so I don't know what you're.
Give me my shoe then. Where did you put it?
Why not? I'm going to call the cops.
I can't.
You're literally so disrespectful.
You're right.
Stop taking me, please.
Where's my shoe?
I have nothing.
Where's my
I'm
shoe?
going to sleep.
Meredith, please give me my shoe so I can leave your apartment.
Good. I would love you to leave.
I can't leave without my shoe.
Please turn my light off. So
I cannot leave without my shoe.
Please give me my keys.
I can't leave without my shoe.
Oh my God. I don't know what you did.
I am filming this for my own protection. And you need my key.
Okay, I don't have your key. Go
What
ahead.
did you do with it?
I don't have your key.
What have you done with it?
Now, like, I'm concerned that I'm in.
You might.
The fake crying with him is too
All
much.
you have to do is just let me go to sleep. Just let me go to fucking sleep. I've been trying to sleep for the last 2 hours.
Fine, you go.
You invited me up here.
I did it.
You did invite me up here. You told me to come up here.
Because you were in your car, you
You
weirdo.
didn't want me to sleep in my car. You didn't want me to drive home because you cared about me. And then I could sleep on the couch.
Fine, go ahead.
And then we would talk in the morning. And then I fucking slept there and you jumped on me. And then you made me go into your room. You jumped on me there. You won't fucking stop.
Call me.
The
You
fake
won't.
crying is
You won't stop.
so much
Fine, go to sleep.
extra.
No, I just want my fucking shoe so I can leave here. I need to get out of this abusive relationship.
Yeah, it's always somebody else. Please.
Jesus Christ.
Alexa, call my phone, please.
Where's my shoe?
I have no idea. If you want to keep doing.
Where's
He's not
my
looking
shoe?
for it. He's looking around rooms, but not opening anything. He's not looking for anything. He's walking around saying, "Give me my shoe," without actually looking. He's just walking in and out of rooms.
What? What?
You selfish piece of shit.
I'm what?
Fuck out of my life. You
Where's my key, please, so I can leave? Where's my key?
literally poisoned. Why is this all wet? What did you do to my cup?
Where is my key, please?
You literally ruined everything. You
Can I please have my key? Can I please have my key?
I don't have your
You've taken my key, Meredith. It was right on the table. You won't let me leave. I just want to go to my. I what?
literally fucking ruined everything.
Can I please have my key so I can
I
leave?
don't have your key. I'm trying to find my phone.
Where's my key? Where's my key?
You leaving?
I need my key
I don't.
and my shoe. Please, I can't go out in the. I can't go out in the cold. Please don't do this to me.
It's fine. You can come in and see.
No, I need my key. I need to leave. I need to leave.
Go to sleep. I have a job tomorrow to work at.
Mark?
I know you don't have a job and you don't understand, but I need to work tomorrow.
Can I please have my key?
I don't have your key.
Yes, Valley's girl, yes.
Last night, and you don't know where your shoe is, you don't know where your key is. I'm not responsible.
Me too, it's triggering.
You've taken my key and my shoe.
The playing games.
You won't let me fucking leave.
I've been asking you to leave for hours.
You have not. You invited me up here.
No, you showed up after I already left.
There it is. You invited me up
I
here.
told you to leave my house. I told you.
You came downstairs and opened the door for me.
Yeah,
You
you called
came-
me and after you showed up and I told you to leave and you showed up. And now you're making a scene. You're gonna like get me in trouble with my parents.
Can I please have my shoe?
I don't have your shoe. Please stop causing scene where I live. So decide what.
Can I please have my key?
Please.
Can I please have my key?
You had a scene outside or do it inside.
Meredith, right now, you have taken my shoe and my fucking key. Okay?
I don't.
And
have
you're
your
telling me
shoe.
to come back in the apartment if I want. You're telling me to come back in your
No,
apartment.
I'm not.
I go in there, I lie down, and you jump on top of me. I lie down on the couch. You told me I could sleep. You told me I could sleep on the couch.
I don't want you anywhere near me.
Did you tell me I could sleep on the couch?
Please get out of my apartment building. Please get out of my apartment.
Did you tell me
I'm not putting you here. You're gonna record me and manipulate yourself like I wanted to be dookie, but I don't. So go away. Goodbye.
You probably did pee on her couch. And the crying and the narrating to everyone, I'm the victim, it's abusive, I just need my shoe, I just want to leave. He walks around the entire house without actually opening anything or looking anywhere. He just walks around and says, give me my shoe, give me my key, give me my shoe, give me my key. He needs to narrate for everyone what's happening instead of letting them look and see their own. As somebody who's a domestic violence survivor, this is extremely triggering, watching him forcibly control her and play mind fuck manipulation games, dude.
12:30. I told her I didn't want to come up. That I was just going to sleep in my car or something or get a hotel, and she wouldn't let me do it.
She wouldn't let me. I'm a grown man, but she wouldn't let me. Ah! I slept in my car. She wouldn't let me. I'm a hostage.
And I tried sleeping in my car, and it was so cold.
It was so cold. Then go home.
She
Uber.
told me I could come up here and sleep on the couch. She said you could sleep on the couch.
He's such a bitch.
So I did. And I came
I'm
up here at
emasculating.
1:15, I think.
What a bitch. I'm afraid of all women. Wow.
And I tried to sleep on the couch.
No, you cheated.
And I woke up,
I
and she was
kicked
on
you out,
top,
now
and
you're
she was
sitting in
on
the
top,
hallway.
and she was on top of me.
He wouldn't get out of her
And I-
bed.
she-
So she
and I
jumped on him and said,
realized
"Can you
I was
leave?
Sleeping in there, and she
Can you get out? Can you leave? Can you get out? Can you leave?"
No, I didn't.
She
That
will
never
not stop.
happened.
She won't stop.
Literally, please leave my
She won't
apartment
stop.
building.
Then she
Please get out of
wiretapped
here.
me. She started recording me. She has her.
Ew, I
she-
wanted nothing to do with
I
you.
found her
Please
phone.
leave.
I found her phone
Stop. You're-
running. And she was recording me secretly.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Aiden.
when you
The
were-
same thing you do to everyone.
Are you so happy that you're literally disrupting my neighbors now? Please get the fuck out of my apartment.
Did you just say that I hit you?
Yeah, I'm calling the cops.
The whole point of that is to get him to leave her the fuck alone at this point, obviously.
Please stop calling me a scene. With, like, can you do this outside?
This is him in the hall.
I am so scared.
I don't want.
Meredith just said that she was going to tell the police that I hit her.
I'm so
You
scared.
just-
I'm so afraid.
You literally grabbed me and grabbed my phone. Can you please? But I'm asking you to stop doing the scene inside my apartment.
It's all a performance.
I can do so much better than you.
For him.
I will probably expose you and tell you what you did with Alex, but I won't ever like lie about that.
So I never hit you.
No, why would I make up a lie
Okay,
about
just to
that?
be clear.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. What else is she supposed to do to get you to go the fuck away?
Can I please have my key?
Yeah, we can.
Please, like, go away. No, because you're making, like, I'm actually, I might call the police though, because you're making this little scene in my.
You stole my shoe and my
I don't have
key.
your key. I want to go to sleep. But you're making a scene and recording videos and making content out in my hallway, which shouldn't be doing.
I am protecting myself.
So go ahead and go, then do that.
Protecting yourself from what, bro?
It's below freezing outside. Please.
From yourself?
Please.
I said you could sleep on my couch. Just leave me alone.
I tried sleeping on your couch and you jumped on me.
Don't come in my bedroom. Just don't ever talk to me.
You invited me here to sleep on your couch.
Fine.
Yeah, shut the couch or the blankets are wet.
Don't ever come near me again. Fine. Great. Just stop doing the shit in the hallway.
Like at this point, she's just like, whatever.
Tuesday.
Stop fucking screaming in my hallway on a Tuesday at 4 in the morning.
I don't have your key. Fine.
Go sleep on the couch then.
Don't wake me up when you're doing it. Go ahead and search my house. I don't have it. It's not in my bedroom. I want to go to sleep. Stop like with your rousing or whatever you're doing in the house. Either go outside. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. I don't love you anymore. I think you're a piece of shit and I never want anything to do with you again. So figure it out on your own. I tried to help you.
It's all for sympathy to add to the victim act. All of it.
I tried.
For him. All of
I
it.
move on with my own life. KK?
She shut the door into her apartment twice now, by the way. So she's not letting me leave, but I'm in the hallway making content.
I don't really give a shit. I'm just fine.
Screaming I'm a victim.
Like my key back, please.
3 in the morning, I actually
Give my baby back, bitch. Agreed, Beetle.
I just took my shoe.
He did say he was scared. I'm scared. I'm stuck. Yes, he is near other people's doors.
Abusive relationship. That's what this is.
Oh my god, it's all about you. Okay, all right, then I'm gonna have to.
On the what'd you call me on the way home? A midget loser
I
with
never
wrinkles.
called you that.
Oh really? You didn't call me that? Okay.
Like,
I've never called you that.
yeah.
You're not fat, and I never would call you that.
Such a liar. He has.
All right, I'm just gonna walk away right then. I don't know what else to do at this point.
He's talking to himself because he's not recording this live. He's just recording it on his phone.
I don't have your shoe. I've offered to look for your shoes.
He's in the hallway. He's in the, yeah, then he calls the cops to report his shoe and they basically tell him, like, stop calling us. We're going to, like, arrest you for misuse of.
You told me to come up here.
I'm making things.
You told me to come up here and sleep on the couch.
I'm dueling like videos.
Yes, and then what happened when I was sleeping on the couch? What happened when I was sleeping on the couch,
I
Mary?
realize what a piece of shit you are when you use me and you cheated on me with Alex Sheenian.
So what did you do when I was sleeping on the
And I
couch?
told you to leave.
What did you do when I was sleeping on the couch?
I told you to leave because I realized.
So you invited me up here.
Nope.
I fell asleep on the couch.
I told you to leave. I came here. I went out with my friends and you called me relentlessly and came.
I did not call you relentlessly.
You did. And then you left.
Show the call logs. How many times
He
did I
did.
call
I
you?
let you in, and then you came here to sleep, and then I decided that you should not stay here after the way you treated me like a piece of trash. Because that's how you treated me.
So you woke me up when I was sleeping
Yes, and told you to drive home.
and told me to drive home. And I woke up
And you tried to leave, and then
and I tried to leave but there's only one shoe. And there's no
yeah, because
key.
you're drunk and you came.
No, I'm not drunk.
All right,
There's
I'm zooming in. He's like wearing one shoe.
He's not drunk, yeah, okay.
Having one shoe. Whatever, we can show this.
Never
video.
found the key fob because he likely did drop it.
He came in like that. I don't know. Which I don't remember. Maybe he didn't come in like that. He's yelling at me. He's calling cops at me. But I've asked him multiple times, and which other videos will show, to leave my apartment. He won't
I
leave.
don't know what to
And
do.
now I have a record.
Oh,
Like,
I don't know what to do.
So
I don't know what to
scared.
do.
calling being crazy. So I just want to set the record straight that
I don't know what to do.
I didn't do shit. He treated me like shit. He treated me with Alex Sheenian, which we have documented after he told me he loved me. He's literally sitting next to me in bed telling me he loves me. He's not the person I thought he was. Maybe he's good at journalism, but he's not a good person like you guys thought. And I think everybody should know the truth. And I'm gonna live stream this tomorrow. Good night. Didn't live stream that, but it's recorded.
3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
He
do.
lied to me. He lied to me. He said he changed. I thought he was a good person.
She threatened.
Never gonna act like this again. He wasn't going to do any of the reactive things he did that got him in jail. And then he pretended and lied to me for the last year. That's exactly what he did.
She's threatened to make up a lie that's I'm gonna hit her in order to put me back in jail.
No, I don't want you in jail. I just want him to leave my apartment. You won't leave.
She threatened to make up a lie that I hit her.
Nothing I would ever do.
I don't know how anyone buys this bullshit.
Making something now affordable, and I don't want to call the police and embarrass myself.
I just want to go. I just want to leave.
I want him to leave.
I want to leave. I want to leave.
My room.
Right, call a fucking Uber, bro. I want to leave, but I'm going to sit here and bitch about a shoe to my audience that I'm going to play this for later on, because that's what that was about. Let's make no mistake about that. All of that was next level crazy so that he could use it later on and say, I'm going to play this and tell everybody you abused me if you don't do X, Y, and Z. And what did he do, folks? What did he do? Oh, shit. That's exactly what he did. That is exactly what the fuck he did. The whole, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Like, what a fucking bitch. Like, how emasculating. Like, sir, you have a vagina. All right? I have 3 daughters and they have bigger balls than you. What in the actual fuck is wrong with you? I'm so afraid of all the women on planet Earth, Your Honor. I can't. I'm an abused turtle. Then hide in your fucking shell, bitch boy, and go away. All right? You're not fucking afraid of anybody. You're a manipulative liar. That's all you do is manipulate and lie. Manipulate and fucking lie. That whole thing, he decided he was going to, get on his phone and record was simply for the same reasons that he did it at Lindsay's house, to try to play little portions and pieces of it to make her look crazy and blackmail her into doing whatever he wanted when shit went sideways, as ultimately it always fucking does. And yes, it is triggering to watch someone like him gaslight, manipulate, and put on a show that people actually believe. I would have left with one shoe. And I'll point out that Meredith has already said that he had multiple other pairs of shoes and clothes there. That tantrum he was having on the floor on all those clothes are his goddamn clothes.
Can you please go? I can't go back. Can you please go? I can't go back.
Did anybody wonder in this video at all these shoes that he walks past, if a single pair could possibly maybe be his? Okay, see where Meredith's standing in this picture? There's shoes all along this wall. Meredith said there's all the shoes. Meredith said he had pairs of shoes there besides the pair he was wearing. So this whole I don't have any shoes bullshit, look at all those shoes. Let's just look at all the fucking shoes. Okay? He certainly had another pair of shoes and other clothes there. So this whole I can't leave because I don't have a shoe is ridiculous. Take a fucking Uber or a Lyft. You had no problem going out into her hallway where there's multiple other apartments, acting like a lunatic, screaming and yelling, and I'm so scared, you guys, I'm so afraid. This is abusive. Bro. Like, you're a grown-ass motherfucking man. Well, you're not a grown-ass man. You're stuck in the mind of a 12-year-old, but you're supposed to be a grown-ass man is the fucking point. You got caught cheating. You wanted to play the victim after that. That's not the way it works. If I caught him cheating, okay, let's just say my husband knows better, all right? My husband knows better. Like, also, my husband doesn't need to cheat, so there's that. But, I mean, come the fuck on. If you're with your girlfriend 5 days a week-ish and you can't keep it in your pants 2 days a week, that's seriously concerning. Seriously concerning. Like, you might need some Sexaholics Anonymous, or you're just a fucking deviant at that point. Yes, he's covering for his own shit. He got caught cheating that night. Some woman sent him a picture of her whole fucking boobs and everything else, and it popped up on his watch he was wearing, and Meredith saw it at the bar. All right? So his way out of that is to pretend he's the victim, because that's what happens when narcissists and, abusers in the way that he does is what they do is when they're caught doing something, they try to reverse it and get mad. So if you're upset, they now try to get mad at you for being upset, try to flip it in some way where they're now the victim and you are the one who's wrong, when in fact it is the opposite way around. And this is exactly what he does here. I love the women who go, well, I've been in a domestic violence relationship and she's the abuser. Anybody who says that, I would put fucking money on the fact that they're lying. They have never been in an abusive relationship, because if you have, no person with a fucking sane mind who's been in an abusive relationship would say that she's the abuser in this scenario. Were they both drunk? Yeah. Did they do things they probably weren't proud of? Sure. He is the one manipulating and gaslighting at this point. You cannot say that because you can't find your shoe and key fob that magically she stole it. The key fob was never found. Jason actually went and looked out front of the house with him to find it. And I'll just point out that after this, Meredith had to give her her car. He took her car all the way back to his house to get another key fob for his car so he could go to court that next morning. So even after all this, he took her car to go get that. Why, if she took the key fob, would she offer her car for him to go get the other one? He could crash her car on the way. He could act a fucking fool. Like, why after she would I give you my car? Right? Like, come on, man. It's common sense. It's common fucking sense. You know what I mean? Like, stop it. Uber, Lyft, those are options. He could have easily done that. He didn't need house keys because, like me, he has a keypad. There are no keys. I don't have keys to my house. I have a keypad with a code. Okay, he has a keypad with a code. He doesn't need keys. He could have gone home. This whole, I can't go home. I'm stuck here. She won't let me leave. She won't let me leave, but you walked out her door and sat in her hallway. I don't see her blocking you. I don't see her stopping you in any way. I didn't get a hotel because she wouldn't let me. How exactly is that she wouldn't let you? You could have taken an Uber to a hotel. Easily. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? The homeless would love to sleep in. Like, they'd find a blanket, crawl right up and be perfectly fine in that Lexus, you know? Like, let's be real here, okay? That should be triggering. And even if you don't like Lindsay, you should know that what he did there, and people completely, avoid the fact that even Lindsay says in the audio where she doesn't know she's being recorded, like, you just threatened me and my children. And of course, people gloss right past that part because he chose to play a portion of it and then add in, I'm recording you. That was added in. She was never told she was recording. It's a video. I've seen it. The original is a video, and it starts with a video and then him putting it in his pocket. You can see him put it in his pocket. She has no idea he's recording. It's illegally wiretapped. And he has already threatened her and her children. Then he calms his tone down and lets her go off, because at that point, he's already pushed her for 3 hours, okay? He's already been poking and pushing and threatening for 3 hours. So when someone gets set off like that, easy to call them the crazy one when they're reacting to that kind of abuse. It's called reactive abuse. Please look it up yourselves and look into it, all right? Yeah, exactly. It would have been that easy for anybody to believe that he's so scared that he can't leave. It's just fucking absurd. It's absurd and it's ridiculous. I take a pair of fucking slides and shut the fuck up, you know? I don't know, but you know, if I was Meredith, I would sue Jess. Bottom line is I would sue her. You know, this happened the night/morning of court that he had one time. So yeah, not all those shoes. She's already said that he had shoes there. So some of the shoes are hers, some of them are her kids, I'm sure, but she has already said that he had clothes and shoes there. Other shoes and other clothes there. That would have been hilarious. He's just a disgusting human being. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. And then they play victim. He is a disgusting pig, I agree. Thank you for being a member, Pat. Exactly. Call an Uber. Call a fucking Lyft, bro. Do something. Exactly. Like, there's plenty of fucking shoes, okay? And also, I'll put this out there. He doesn't have a big foot, all right? Dude does not have a large foot. Seen him in person. He's a little guy with little feet. You know? He had other shoes and clothes there. You know what I mean? He doesn't even have, Aiden himself doesn't even have fucking friends. That's a sad part. Oh, you mean this one? This panel? You want to see the panel? I'll show it to you. It's right here.
Can you please go? I can't go back. Can you please go? I can't go back.
Me either. She's a better person than me because I told him to fuck right off. Fuck right off. He drank the bomb, right? I mean, he clearly lost it somewhere. He probably dropped it outside, and it's Boston. They do street sweeping, so it probably got swept up, stepped on, kicked, You know what I mean? He probably dropped it in his drunken stupor when he got out of the car, and it's lost. It's on the streets of fucking South Boston, bro. If you drop the key fob, you can bet your ass it's going to be gone. Whether someone picks it up, it gets stepped on, whatever. Like, he could have thrown it out in a trash can while he was throwing something away when he got out of the car. You know what I mean? Like, they never found it. They never found the key fob anywhere, literally anywhere. And he searched her house, he searched fucking everywhere, like, never found it. So he clearly lost the key fob. So what made you think that he didn't also lose the fucking shoe and put it somewhere himself to pretend? Not for nothing, but I have no doubt in my mind that he would put his shoe in a fucking cabinet and then claim she won't let me leave, she won't let me leave. Because he's done very similar things to set other people up before. So not out of the stretch of the imagination for him to do shit like that, you know? Vaginas are tough. They give life. He's a straight up coward. Agreed. It's too much credit to say he's a fucking vagina, because vaginas are awesome. Well, damn it, you seem to already guess. You know? Yeah, he didn't need keys, though. He could have just punched the code in, walked in his door like I do, you know? I don't know, that's just, I mean, again, Microdots depends on Aiden for fucking his supporters and content to keep watching him. He's the one who followed Aiden around the first 2 trials of Karen and even before that, so I have no doubt he's going to keep following around and filming him and trying to make a, quote, movie out of this, because nobody wants to touch Aiden with a 10-foot pole. So if he wants that job and he wants to be paid by Aiden or anyone else, to, you know, he's got to keep kissing that ass. I can't believe a single word that comes out of that guy's mouth for 2 years now, because all he does is repeat Aiden's lies. So, sorry, but you have no credibility. Which is really sad, because Richie as a person seems like a very sort of chill dude, but if you are willing to go to the lengths you're going to lie, to ignore all common sense and evidence in front of you, just to simp for this guy, then you have no credibility in my book at all. At all. Reactive abuse is 100% real. It's serious. It's part of coercive control. I know. I wish more people would look into it, you know? Oh, yeah, he pushed Lindsay for hours and hours and hours before he recorded that. And that's what he does, is he pushes buttons and buttons and buttons. Then he presses record and lets that person go off, you know? And then he only clips out the parts he thinks are going to look good for him. I would sue if I was her and I could get the money, I would sue, you know? I'm sure 2 of her shoes would have fit him. I'm sure 5 of her shoes would have fit him. But he had his own there. So toddlers totally do tantrums better. My niece does a tantrum better than that. Just saying. You know? Just saying. Exactly. If it's so serious, you leave without your shoe. I ran in flip-flops away from my abuser as he was beating the shit out of me. I got out of the house and I ran as far as my legs would take me, banging on doors. It was like fucking 2 a.m. and people weren't answering. And I went to a street next to mine where I was living with him. And I finally get the bottom door. No one's answering. I climb up these stairs to get to the top and I hear I'm coming. And so I laid flat on this person's porch, just laid flat, realizing he wouldn't be able to see me if I just laid flat on their porch because it was 2nd floor. And so I'm just laying there trying not to move. And I hear him running and I can see through the crack. I can see him stop and look around, and then he keeps going. And I'm like holding my fucking breath, and I wait until he's out of sight, and I'm banging on this door for someone to fucking help me. I could have given a shit less whether there was fucking shoes on my feet or not. I needed to get away and I needed to get help. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. I wouldn't be worried about a fucking shoe or a key fob. I got a phone, I can call an Uber, and I have money. That's all I fucking need. And if I don't have any of those, you do what I did and you fucking run for your goddamn life. If it's that serious. It's clearly not that serious, and he's clearly a liar. Well, that's a good point. You know, that's a good point. But the cops should have charged him with a lot of things regardless. And in Norfolk County, I feel like they failed to do their job on numerous occasions, you know? He should call himself Video Jesus. Video Jesus is an actual idiot. I can't read that girl's tweets without busting out laughing. I can't fucking do it. I can't take her serious. It's an actual idiot. He is a paranoid nut job. You can say that again, you know? He says they didn't know. He found the shoe. He just never got the key fob. I'd have called an Uber for him. Fuck that. I wouldn't call him shit. I'd send him the address to fucking the nearest jail and tell him to just buckle on in there. Just start doing his time now. Right? You better strap some cardboards to those feeties. Vaginas. He is a pussy. He wasn't PC the last time, you know? And that's the other thing. Like, how fucking emasculating. How emasculating as a man to keep claiming you're afraid of women that we all know you're not afraid of, you know? She'll also just always be known for being fired from any journalistic job she's ever had and for being a hack. Being an ethical, having no ethics at all, and just being a hack. For being a liar and a hack and harming people's jobs. But she likes the First Amendment, right? No, Aiden likes his First Amendment. She likes her First Amendment. They don't give a fuck about anyone else's First goddamn Amendment, okay? They simply do not. It's really that simple, you know? It's, we put a disclaimer that it's an opinion. Cool. That says absolutely nothing to me other than he's also a coward by doing it. You know what I mean? It's your wall cardboard. I can't. Well, that's exactly why. He wants her to be, the problem with that is she's clearly not responsible for the Karen Reid recordings. And according to the timeline, there's no possible way because she never heard those recordings until Karen already knew about them. So there's no possible way she had anything to do with it. She didn't even hear them the day of the lunch until after Karen already approached Will. So it's not possible, literally, you know? And yeah, because she embarrassed him by telling the truth, but what else is she supposed to do? Just allow him to keep, I couldn't keep doing it. I was not going to allow him to keep lying about me, to keep making shit up, to keep piling dirt all over my name simply because I wouldn't lie for him. At some point, I'm allowed to fight back, and so is she. This idea that everyone should shut up and go away when he's doing shit or it's both of them is absurd. Because if it was you, are you just going to sit there and allow that to happen for months and months and months and people to threaten you and to threaten your family and harass you in real life and harass your family in real life? Or are you going to start standing up for yourself and saying, you know what? I have the proof to show he's fucking lying. Here it is. This is who he really is. I'm choosing every time to do what she did. Because at what point does someone like him need to be held accountable? And at what point do we start fighting back? The reason he's gotten away with it 10 years or more is because he has done this so many times that people have just went away and shut up. Look how that worked out. Now there's more victims and more victims and more victims. At some point, people got to stand up and say no more. In the same way that I'm doing now. In the same way that she's doing and other people are doing. And Dawn is doing. Because if you don't, you're allowing him to keep going and create more victims. And that's not okay. You know? Yeah, you can't call 911 in prison because someone stole your honey bun, Aiden. You know, they did tell him one time it wasn't a hotel when he was banging on the door, you know? Yeah, that's what they do. They push the button until they get the money shot, you know? Oh, I don't doubt that he probably had the key fob the whole time. You know? I don't doubt that for a second. He's capable of all of that and has done similar things. That's my point, you know? Yeah, see, nothing's going to stop you if you fear for your life. Believe me, it didn't fucking stop me. But when liars like him lie, they don't know these things, and they've never actually been through something like that, you know? Changes you strong on me. The 2-for-1 zebra cakes. I love zebra cakes. I don't eat them that often. I like the little strawberry shortcake rolls. I love those. He is every narcissistic abuser in front of our eyes. Every last one of them we've all been with, you can see it through him. He knows absolutely nothing. And that's what shows. Anybody who's been through this shit knows he's lying. They know he's lying. You know? I love that she rebranded him as a toddler boy because I've been calling him a toddler for quite some time now. And the judge is like, did you just say toddler tantrum? She's like, yep. And he's like, okay then. Yeah, he testified he had a couple of beers. He was fucking drunker than a skunk, dude. And also, the fact that he testified to he wasn't drunk, he only had a couple of beers, is complete stark contrast to what he's already said on his own show multiple times, was that he was fucking drunk and she was fucking drunk. So, I don't know why he continues to lie. He can't even remember his own lies, you know? Of course he wanted to stay there and argue, because he wanted to be able to use that later on. If she ever, rubbed him the wrong way, he could just use that. It's the same thing he's done to a multitude of other people, including years after someone hasn't been with him anymore. He threatened Kara years after she had nothing to do with him. She's moved on. She has a whole life. And here he is threatening her into trying to say bad shit about me because he doesn't like me. And she told him no. And in that aspect, what happened? He starts recording her, and he doesn't record the part where he demands that she get online and disparage me and other people. He doesn't play that part of the recording. He only plays after she says no. And then at that point, he starts threatening her, of course. so that he doesn't play that part for anybody either. He starts playing it after she says no. He threatens her. He plays it at the part where she's now begging him to leave her the fuck alone. What do you want from me, dude? Now that's years. Imagine years after you have not have something to do with him. He is monitoring your Twitter. I kid you not, and this is 100% fact. He actually, in this call to Kara, told her the exact time and date that she commented on my Facebook and the exact date that she commented on my Twitter. And it wasn't even about him. We're friends. It was about something like totally different. Like, why do you know? And it was months prior. Why do you know the exact date and time she commented on my shit? Why does that have anything to do with you? You're a fucking weirdo creep keeping tabs on someone who has nothing to do with you for years. Like, get a life, dude. You need help. You need fucking help. The fact that people keep defending and supporting him is really just utterly disgusting. And it's really just low IQ and brainwashing at this point. You know? Yeah, probably by him. I have no doubt it was probably by him. Hello, Beach. It is baffling, but I have to believe it's a lot of brainwashing, which people usually wake up from eventually. You know? I highly doubt EDB is going to talk about this lawsuit. Because it has to do with him. I think it was about staying and arguing as well. You know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do what you got to do. I don't give a fuck. I was barefoot. I don't care, right? I was pregnant at the time. Sadly, I was pregnant. Didn't even have my baby yet. I was fucking pregnant and thankfully not pregnant enough to be showing. So I was laying flat. I was working 2 jobs. I was working on Newbury Street. I was working at Babies R Us, 2 jobs. It's sad to think about. You know what I mean? Like, I was got out of there as fast as I fucking humanly could. Like, he is a toddler boy, that's for sure. He is a fucking toddler boy. It's just sad. All of it is sad. You know, all of it is fucking sad. Probably a lot, but you know, he's gonna have to at some point maybe sell that house he just bought to pay for it. You know? Can you imagine? I've had this conversation with a few of the victims. If he did this to a judge's daughter, a police officer's daughter, other than Lauren Murray because she doesn't actually stick up for herself, she just keeps kissing his ass. But if he did this shit, and maybe that's one of the reasons why he doesn't, right? To a DA's daughter, a judge's daughter, a officer's daughter, someone in the U.S. Attorney's office, you can bet your fucking ass they would be arresting him and he would be in jail. That's the part that really pisses me off, is that us little people just don't matter. He can victimize all us little people all he wants, unless you're the daughter or aunt or cousin of someone apparently who's connected. Then they might do something. Then they might fucking do something. You know? He'll never fight justice because he's the corruption. No, definitely more than $100,000. He's already spent fucking 300, 400 grand in the Give, Send, Go. That money just doesn't sit there, guys, in the Give, Send, Go. It gets put into his account every week or every 2 weeks that more money goes in. It goes straight into his account. The Give, Send, Go just gives you a running total of what's been put in there. It doesn't sit in there. He uses that money. So it's already over, I think, 400 or 300, you know? I mean, the civil stuff is going to cost well over $100,000 easy. Each one. Well over. Probably 100,000 over. You know? I'm joining the No More Brigade. I like it. Yeah, I mean, he still did a show. I don't watch it, but yeah, you know, flushing money right down the drain. That's why it's on my thumbnail, is literally money being flushed down the drain, because that's what they're doing. You know, does sound like he was drunk enough. I think he peed on the blanket. It was wet. Why else would it be fucking wet? You know. Imagine testifying to that in real life and acting like that was like the most horrifying thing you've ever seen. Like, stop it, dude. He is such a fucking liar. Good luck if he takes Melanie. If Melanie Little takes his case, first of all, she had to have to practice under a lawyer in this state. Secondly, I don't think she would ever take it because she hasn't practiced law in 14 years, and she's clearly not very good because half the time she has no fucking idea what she's talking about. So, you know. All the Hot Wheels. My brother had a tantrum over Hot Wheels one time in a Walmart when we were kids. And the 2-year-old tantrums can be bad. That's why we call them the terrible twos. You know? Hey, Art, nice to see you. You know, it's a good question. I don't think they'll ever stop. They'll only stop when they start realizing that he wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. You know? Yeah, he isn't fucking afraid of Meredith. He's not afraid of Kate. He's not afraid of Lindsay. All these people he claims to be afraid of, he's not afraid of them. He just wants to use the system to hurt them in the same way that he's done a million times. EDB would never talk about this. I don't think she would take this or anything that has to do with his criminal cases, even though I think she jumped on, the train of and not being so smart with jumping on the train with some of these other weird content creators who are quote attorneys or were attorneys that talk about some of this stuff. A lot of them mislead their audiences by just saying what's popular. And that really pisses me off, because if you're a lawyer, I'm sorry, but you should be held to a higher standard if you were a lawyer, to be giving your audience the truth and not just pandering because it's what's popular to hear, like, come on. Not even. That Uber would be warm. He could have sat in that damn hallway like he was doing until the Uber pulled up outside, Nah, I don't think she'll press charges. I wish she would. That'd be funny, but I don't think she would. I don't think so. It should really piss off every survivor that there is, that he pretends. He pretends so fucking hard, and it's really despicable and disgusting. And it pisses me the fuck off. Pisses me the fuck off. I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if she does. It'll be interesting to see if she does, That would be hilarious, though. I would laugh my fucking ass off. I would have a whole party with cupcakes if that happens. I swear to God I will. Yeah, that's exactly what she's there for. You know what I mean? She never, and the fact that he's trying to throw out these little sort of dog whistles like they're okay, like they're fine. Like, no, absolutely not. It's disgusting. And when I'm not a fan of what Lindsay's done lately and her current post, and I'm just getting a screenshot of, she's now sharing an Amazon wish list and saying like, oh, me and Kate, which let's be clear, me and Kate are not friends. So I don't even know why she has anything to say that has anything to do with me or Kate. And I think she said like Leah or something, that we all want her to share her wish list about what her and her kids need. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do, bro. You can share your wish list just like Aiden did. Have fun with that, bro. Have fun with that. It's really sad at this point. I honestly think that, like, if she didn't believe Grant's wild conspiracies, that she would have had a couple solid friends. But, Grant's wild conspiracies apparently take more precedence over that than just being, a decent human being. But whatever, it is what it is. You want to have a wish list, have at it, bro. Again, Aiden used you, and that's really sad. That's really fucking sad. That's really fucking sad. Have fun with that, bro. Have fun with that. I hope they buy you everything on your wish list. I mean, I love that all these people are putting wish lists out now that have anything to say about mine. It's fucking amazing to me. It is amazing. Oh, that's a good point. Oh, they're going to send it to him in his commissary? Oh, in his commissary? Yeah, he bullshit. The we was not his attorneys. The we was Karen, and he fucking well knows it. I knew he would try to play it off like it was his attorney. I called that shit. Knew it. Oh, yes, she did. And the fact she even had to bother to say my name is really the part that's fucking bonkers to me, because I helped her, right? In good faith. Never done anything to her but help her. It's just shitty. It's just fucking shitty. And even now, I maintain the things that he did to her because I was there to see it fucking happen. It's just disgusting at this point. It's disgusting. If this is who you think to be, is to shit on the people who helped you, who did nothing but help you, you have to live with that every day. Not me. You. You have to live with that. There is a cap on commissary, you're right. Yep. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. That's the sad part. That's, I went above and beyond, You know what I mean? Above and fucking beyond, because that's what I do for anybody who's been victimized. But that she's got to live with behaving like that, not me. I know that what I did with a good heart and good intention. It's not my fault she wanted to believe Grant's 17 conspiracy theories, but everybody's out together and I must be working with Aiden or I must be working with Kate. With both things are completely false and always have been. But it's definitely smarter to believe Grant's conspiracies. Definitely. Sure thing. You know, I did it out of the kindness of my own fucking heart. So I can sleep fine at night. I can sleep fine at night. That's on her, not me. There's a big fucking difference. Sad, honestly. It's sad to watch people fall like that and to behave like that. He'll have to buy protection. I mean, he'll have to beg again to stay in. Yeah, you can't cry. You're scared in prison after they put you in solitary, bud. And solitary is not a place you want to be. You know, it's not a place you want to fucking be. Oh my God, shut up. The loophole lawyer offered to help him pro bono. That is fucking hilarious. The crazy conspiracy theories are out of this world, bro. Out of this fucking world. Out of this world. No, I never have. But what I will say, it's really deplorable and disgusting. She wants to bring my name up. I have no problem correcting the fucking record, dude. I've done nothing but be kind and help her. And it's completely disgusting. Disgusting. That's how far she's willing to go as some sort of weird gotcha. That's weird behavior, bro. But I don't have to live with her behavior. She has to live with it. She does, not me. I sleep just fine at night. Just fine at night. I mean, I find that funny because what is there to shit on exactly? I answered every phone call, crying or not, every single fucking phone call. Tried to help every single fucking time in every damn crisis. I don't know anyone else who would do that. So yeah, I must be a horrible person, huh? I know. Tried to help out with other things when I could. Yeah, I know. I must be a horrible person, right? Amazing, bro. Amazing. Some fucking people are quite amazing and have quite a bit of balls. Honestly. Fucking honestly. I have no idea what the fuck he does or doesn't do. I don't really pay any attention to him, to be honest. She put it up with Grant and then also put it up with Aiden. What does that tell you? You know what I mean? Like, I have no doubt she did it to get the civil case dropped, but shitting on the people who helped you while you were in crisis is really just bottom of the barrel. It's bottom of the fucking barrel. You want to grift off everyone, bro? Be my fucking guest. Have fun at it, bro. But trying to do it at the expense of people who helped you, who did it for the right reasons, it just, again, that reflects on you, not me. Not fucking me. You know? Yeah, see, I don't know anything about that, but that's fucking cuckoo. The DUI, you're not the DUI guy. That's a different guy, right? The DUI guy is a different guy. Has several people calling out. I don't know. Yeah, I've called out the DUI guy as well. He blocked me because I called out his award that he paid for. I'm not I've watched The Loophole Lawyer before, and some of the shit he says is fucking wild. Once again, pandering. A lot of pandering in my book. I can see a lot of these, quote, attorneys acting a fucking fool on YouTube, and I wonder to myself why. Yeah, DUI guy is just as bad in my opinion. It's like, bro, enough with the nonsense. Enough with it. Yeah, Larry Foreman, that's a DUI guy. The Loophole Lawyer is a different guy. The whole thing is wild as fuck. People's behavior is wild as fuck. I don't get it. It doesn't really make sense to me. Maybe I'll never get it. You know? Maybe I'll never get it. You know what? Not my problem. Not my fucking problem. That's a them problem, not a me problem. Yeah, he trolls a bit. The DUI doppelganger. Didn't the DUI guy get kicked out of court because he brought a fake press pass? Didn't that happen? I feel like Aiden told on him for that, right? I feel like that fucking happened. It's fucking crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. All right. I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. I'm 3 hours in. Well, a lot of them, not only a lot of them don't practice criminal law, a lot of them haven't practiced law in over a decade. And they don't bother for some reason doing research about different states that they're even talking about and the case is there. They just spew nonsense or whatever they think their audience wants to hear. It's fucking wild, dude. It's wild. Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going on with Grant. Is the conspiracy pretending the conspiracy theories are real and then trying to like draw these lines that don't exist from person to person, like ever trying to draw any line between me and Aiden or me and Kate that they exist of some conspiracy against Lindsay was the most laughable, ridiculous nonsense I ever heard in my fucking entire life. Like, bro, no. Just fucking no. Like, no. You want to choose to believe wild conspiracy theories? That is on you. That is not my fucking problem. Sorry. Sorry. I should make a short. I should make a short, Corndad. You're right. Yeah, I don't trust him to analyze a fucking fly, to be honest with you. I've seen the unhinged behavior myself. I've watched him put these conspiracy theories together out of fucking nowhere, pretend things are real that aren't, pretending information he got was real when he knows it isn't, and it never happened. Like, I'm sorry, I don't trust it as far as I can fucking throw him. I've watched it play out in real life. It's wild. It's fucking wild. Absolutely fucking wild. He can't be honest with himself, never mind everyone else. That's a fucking problem. If people were honest with themselves instead of lying about everyone else just to fucking feel better about themselves, then, you know, it is what it is. I don't sit here and shit on people for funsies, but I'm also not going to allow somebody to drag my name through the fucking dirt for no reason whatsoever because they think they got some sort of weird gotcha out of it. Like, there's no gotcha there. I have every phone call. Like, yeah, but those of you who are around know exactly what I did and how I helped. So it's really ridiculous, as if there aren't people who already know, you know, like what the fuck? She's trying to hire Johnny Depp's civil attorneys. That is fucking amazing. Oh, I can't. Yeah, but that's just a talking point that he uses. I'm not letting my disabilities. That's just a talking point. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a talk. I have to laugh at that as well. I have to laugh. I just have to. It's everywhere and all over the place, and you know. All right, I love your stinking faces. Do me a favor, hit like on the way out, please, and thank you. If you already haven't, if you can support the channel, there's one of a bunch of different ways to do so, including just subscribing. That is free. Hitting the like button is free. Hyping the videos when they're not live anymore. Those are free, my friends. Also, we have our chats, which are pinned to the top. They're also in the description of the video, along with our Chime, Revolut, Cash App, Venmo. And we have an Amazon wish list. We do. We have one of those. I love that that's now a topic of conversation. We have an Amazon wish list, and it is linked in the description of this video. I love your stinking faces. When we get the popcorn machine, we'll be popping a lot of fucking popcorn. Let's just put it that way. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have an amazing Sunday. Bye.